From an insane glitch to something you won't believe.
Bro, I'm legit hacking. Look at everything around me. I got the box.
Here's hours on end of Fortnite stories to fall asleep to. In Season 8, Fortnite added a super unique new vehicle, and players lost their minds. Not only did Ballers have a grappler on the front with unlimited uses and a boost so you could go super fast, it was also fully armored and took a crazy amount of punishment before breaking, meaning you could swing through the jungle to your heart's content and Sweats couldn't do a thing about it.
This is esports. Woo!
But did you know there's actually a secret hidden glitch with it that was absolutely out of this world? If you hopped in a baller and headed over to the volcano, you could float in the lava without taking damage and were free to explore. So it didn't take players long to find a crazy glitch spot under the lava waterfall. All you had to do was float on over and hit it just right and you would get launched into orbit. But because you were in a baller, you didn't take any fall damage. So it was even more awesome and you could do it over and over again. So basically, you had your own lava-proof space program and Sweats couldn't stop you from blasting off as many times as you wanted. In Season 6, Fortnite added arguably the greatest vehicle ever, the Quad Crasher.
Oh, where is he? Yes! Let's go!
But it didn't take long for players to find out it had a hidden secret glitch that was stupidly busted.
Oh my god!
It was pretty hard to do, but if you got the angle and timing just right, you could use the boost to take off. Now this was epic enough, but with some practice, players started to get ridiculously good at flying them, and could literally soar across the entire map. It was absolutely wild. Was it a bird? Was it a plane? Nope, it was just Tfue doing the craziest glitch of Season 6. In Season 3, Fortnite added the guided missile, a weapon so broken and chaotic it was an instant hit.
I did it! Yes! This thing is so lit! Launching!
Most players used it to troll enemies from a distance.
Shooting him still. Take him down, Tyler.
You might
Take
want to
him
build
down.
a flat wall!
Shoot him, Tyler.
But a few realized it opened up some completely new possibilities. It didn't take long for people to figure out how to self-rocket ride, which already looked insane and instantly blew everyone's minds. But then, somehow, this player pushed it even further. They discovered a glitch that you fire as many guided missiles as you wanted. And if you timed it right, you could jump from one missile to the next, effectively letting you fly around the map forever. When Fortnite added ziplines back in Season 7, players were hyped. Mobility was nothing like it is today, so anything that helped you move around quicker was a massive deal.
We out! Whoa!
But the ziplines also came with a hidden secret that most players weren't too thrilled about. Every now and then, when you grabbed on, the game would bug out and fling you off, but that was just a start. Then, if you tried to jump, it would send you flying, and it was pretty much GG's unless you were this player. They managed to save themselves with the grappler, which was super goated. But then this happened. They got shot straight into outer space. Gotta respect the attempt to save themselves though. Nick A30 would be proud. From the good to the bad, locations in Fortnite come in all shapes and sizes. Everyone's got their favorite, but one thing most players could agree on, that Coral Castle was definitely one of the worst. It had basically no loot.
Did she get a gun? Did she get a gun?
And there was even a bug that could randomly eliminate you.
What? What? How does Epic stuff up that bad?
It wasn't just players who had a problem with the location. It turns out there's a real historical site in Florida called Coral Castle as well, and the name was trademarked. So when the owners found out Fortnite had used it as a POI, they freaked out and sued Epic Games for stealing the name. Eventually, it got settled, and that was that. But it just goes to show that sometimes virtual worlds can run into some very real-world problems. In Chapter 1 Season 3, this player found one of the most broken glitches anyone had ever seen. Back then, building was still new to a lot of players.
3, 2, 1, and surprise!
So being able to throw up a massive pre-built base was utterly insane. But here's the wild part. Did you know that there was actually a glitch that gave you infinite porta-forts? No joke. Players discovered that if you threw a porta-fort and swapped items at the same time, the game would completely bug out. The porta-fort spawned, but one also dropped on the floor too. Meaning you could just pick it straight back up and keep doing it over and over and over again. Didn't matter if you had 0 mats, didn't matter if you couldn't build to save your life. You basically became a one-man skyscraper factory. Players were spamming entire cities worth of metal towers and turning fights into absolute chaos. So understandably, it got patched pretty quickly. But for a short window of time, infinite porta-forts was a real thing, and Fortnite was never the same again. In Season 6, Tfue discovered an exploit that basically gave him godlike power. The setup was weirdly specific, but if he built it just right, everything hinged on a single ramp. And when he finally broke it, the entire block lost its support, and this happened.
Oh my god, dude! Yo! Pawn shop's still there though. Yo! What the? Oh my god, bro! Yo!
Whole buildings crumbled to dust like they had been Thanos snapped, and Tifu wiped out all of Tilted Towers in mere seconds. In Chapter 1, this player discovered a ridiculous glitch and couldn't wait to show his friend. It turned out if you built a ramp in a specific spot, positioned yourself just right, got knocked, and then revived again, this would happen. On your own screen, everything looked normal, but to the rest of the lobby, you were just floating around completely upside down.
Okay, so your feet are just straight out.
It didn't give you any advantage, it didn't help you win, it was just one of those early Fortnite glitches that made absolutely no sense, and that's what made it so special.
Oh!
Fortnite is famous for unique weapons,
I'm sorry, dude. I shot my goo all over you.
and leakers are always digging up crazy new stuff in the files. But when they discovered the chain grenade launcher back in Chapter 4, players were completely mind-boggled. On paper, it sounded simple. You got 2 shots and it would create a chain between wherever you aimed. But in practice, other than towing shopping trolleys or putting cars on a leash, players had no idea what you would even use it for. And mysteriously, after years of waiting to find out, it just never came to Battle Royale, which is kind of a shame because it would have been perfect during Wrecked. Long before Deadpool got an official skin, fans had already figured out a sneaky way to rock a budget version in the game. By using the red style of the Season 8 Battle Pass skin Hybrid, along with the Wolfpack backbling, it actually looked pretty convincing. But did you know that when the real Deadpool finally came to Fortnite, much later in Chapter 2 Season 2, his loading screen included a secret reference to that knockoff combo? I guess Deadpool really does love his fans. In Chapter 6 Season 2, Nick A30 was excited to show Zemi and Legion a crazy secret he discovered over at Outlaw Oasis. At first glance, it looked like there was nothing there.
Put those little lions all facing towards us.
But Nick had figured it out. You could secretly rotate the 3 gold wolf statues, and if you line them up in the right order, a trapdoor would open in the floor.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of cool. And that look.
Revealing a hidden vault with some juicy loot. In Chapter 1, Season 6, when the new Battle Pass dropped, one skin had everyone talking. Calamity. It was an awesome design, but above all, it featured something fans had never seen before.
Oh my god, chat.
Jiggle physics.
Are you serious?
And yeah, it was pretty insane. Nobody could believe what they were seeing, and for some, it was actually kind of shocking to see in what they thought was a game meant for kids.
Fortnite, this is a kid's game. Do we really need to...
So almost as soon as the skin released, Fortnite were forced to disable it, but not everyone was happy to see it go. The OGs among you probably remember how much we all loved pets back when they released in Season 6.
Hey, I got a dragon pet.
Especially Bonesy, everyone's favorite little backpack buddy.
Oh my god.
But when Season X came around, Fortnite got a little bit sneaky and introduced a new pet named Gunner, which was very obviously just Bonesy, literally in a ski mask, selling for a whopping 1,000 V-Bucks. The community were not shy in calling it out as a lazy reskin and a cash grab, and they made so much noise that Fortnite got the message almost immediately. In under 24 hours, they had pulled Gunner from the game, refunded everyone's V-Bucks, and tried to pretend like the whole thing never even happened. At the start of Chapter 7, Courage was getting games in with Shroud and the Burnt Peanut. Little did they know, they were about to discover the most broken glitch of all time. They got off to a great start, slaying out, picking up elims left and right, until... Shroud went down, quickly followed by the Burnt Peanut.
Ginga, kablam, kabloozy, kabloozy. What?
Luckily, Courage was locked in, determined to clutch up for the squad.
Oh, Fortnite.
But when it came down to the last team, something utterly insane happened.
Did I hit this guy? Wait, what?
Dude, his
So I
Fortnite
actually
skills
think
is
that
better
might
than
actually be
yours.
exploiting. I'm not even kidding.
It turned out one of the last players had done a bonkers glitch that made them completely invincible. Courage couldn't damage them at all, and they were all totally amazed by what they were seeing.
Fortnite.
Has that happened in other seasons before?
No, I've never seen anything like that.
But as crazy as it was to spot this never seen before glitch in the wild, it put Courage in a tough spot.
If he's better at Fortnite than you can just say it.
He is right now. He's much better.
He wasn't backing down without a fight, but if he didn't think of something soon, it would be all over.
He's literally immune to damage. That's crazy.
But then Shroud thought of something 200 IQ.
You think he's immune to the zone too?
I mean,
Possibly.
It was a genius idea, but unfortunately, I guess we'll never know. In Chapter 2, Season 7, Fortnite introduced the Mike Lowry skin, inspired by Will Smith's iconic character from the classic movie Bad Boys.
Put the gun down and give me a pack of tropical fruit bubblicious.
Fans were hyped to see it in game.
God, it looks so good. It actually looks like him.
Yeah, it does.
But then this happened. Oh, wow! Since then, it's been over 1,543 days since it was last spotted in the item shop. And it's starting to look like we might never ever see it again. So if you ever wondered if Fortnite watches the Oscars, I guess there's your answer. Back in Chapter 1, Season 9, Fortnite introduced the Plastic Patroller and Toy Trooper skins, and players quickly spotted a big problem.
It's all just perfectly green. This can't be balanced.
Muselk had a feeling that this would be broken, but he could have never imagined just how ridiculous it would be.
He hasn't seen us. Get ready. Get ready. He didn't see us. He didn't see us! This is actually disgusting!
The skins were solid colors, like green and gray, which meant you could pretty much go invisible, and it had hilarious consequences.
Oh my god, this guy sees the loot. Oh, he's coming for it. He's building. Hey, bro! Oh my god! This is a joke! Epic, remove this!
It was absolutely busted, so as soon as Fortnite spotted the issue, they deleted the original versions from the game entirely and secretly replaced them with updated ones that were covered in mud. As Ninja dropped into Chapter 7 for the first time, he was hyped.
You come in on a wave? It's pretty sick.
But little did he know, a crazy powerful hacker was about to totally ruin his day.
A little bit of a lag spike right there, dude. We're good, though. Loading into the map for the first time.
At first, Ninja just shrugged it off, but as he jumped into the next game, things started to get crazy.
Sick, dude.
As he landed in, he couldn't even grab a gun, but turns out it didn't even matter if he got one.
And we're dead.
But here's the crazy part. This hacker wasn't just targeting Ninja. They were making the game lag for all the biggest streamers.
I'm lagging. Are you lagging? Hello?
Wait, I'm on 67 packet loss.
But this type of hacking isn't just against the rules, it's straight up illegal. So Fortnite took action, banned them from the game, and even forced them to post a public apology. When the Dragoncorn glider first hit the item shop, players were absolutely hyped because it looked insane.
Oh, what the heck? Look at the glider!
But pro players quickly found a secret trick with it. If you spam the glider's animation, it was so wild and unpredictable, it made you almost impossible to hit out of the sky, basically making it pay to win. Fortnite made it super clear that stuff from the item shop is supposed to be cosmetic only and not give you an advantage in-game. So as soon as they noticed what was going on, they quickly removed it from the game, replacing it with a toned down version sometime later. Sadly, it wasn't as flashy as the original, but hey, at least it wasn't pay to win anymore.
Okay, I've located Bill himself.
At the start of Chapter 7, Allier had heard about a totally game-breaking glitch and he couldn't wait to try it out. It seemed simple enough. First, he had to take down the mini-boss and become Human Bill.
Boom! We are him.
Then head on down to the heart of Innooloop Labs.
We're going to be heading like under the POI here, where you'll find these tubes that you can literally teleport in.
But this is where things get crazy. Just before he had teleport, he used the mythic boss ability.
I think this is what messes it up.
And now, because he had two NPCs, when he teleported, the game got super confused and this happened.
Oh my goodness! What?
He teleported under the entire map, but he wasn't done yet.
Quick!
Allie had made it under the map, but now he wanted to soar miles above it, and he knew of a secret glitch to make it happen.
Got a storm against me here.
But he couldn't afford to make any mistakes.
We've got one attempt at this.
So this was it, the moment of truth.
Oh my goodness!
It worked even better than he could have imagined, and it totally blew Allier's mind.
I don't even know where I am. Chapter 8?
Back in Chapter 1, Season 3, Fortnite had some emergency downtime that meant for 17 painfully long hours, nobody could play the game at all, and everyone was freaking out. The service had gone down before, but only briefly, and some players even thought that Fortnite was gone for good. Luckily, eventually the game did come back online, and to apologize, Fortnite gave everyone the Rust Bucket backbling totally for free. They put it in the shop for 0 V-Bucks for a whole week, but after that, it was gone forever. Or at least it was supposed to be. Years later, they brought it back for the Nvidia GeForce RTX Cup, where you had to earn just 8 points to get it. But even then, after that tournament, it disappeared again, and who knows how long it'll stay gone for this time. Near the start of Chapter 7, Cypher PK was grinding ranked reload, having a blast.
6-7. 6-7. Woo!
He was absolutely dominating, picking up tons of elims left and right, absolutely stunting on the lobby. until this happened.
Oh, whoa.
He had a bad feeling that they were a hacker.
Holy aimbot.
So he would have to go for a Hail Mary to stand any chance of beating them.
No! No!
Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out. But when he spectated, he saw this.
Oh.
Cypher was shocked and raced to check the replay. And it was pretty clear this guy was up to no good.
He's definitely cheating.
So Cypher wasted no time reporting them.
All right, we will see.
But he could have never guessed just how quick he would get to find out. After another quick game of reload, absolutely demolishing everyone, it was time to head back to the lobby. And when he did...
Oh, would you look at that? He was hacking.
In Chapter 5, Season 3, McCreamy had gotten wind about the craziest glitch, and he couldn't wait to try it out.
Got a bottle already?
Nice, I got one as well.
Luckily, it didn't take him long to find what he needed. So McCreamy built up, and now it's time to put this glitch to the test.
Okay, now let's just hope that this works.
This was it, the moment of truth.
Oh, I'm pretty big! I'm pretty big!
It worked perfectly. This was insane.
I am a literal giant right now.
And it turned out, it was not only hilarious, it was actually super overpowered.
Peter!
Bro, I'm stuck with you.
Oh my god!
He glitched everyone around him, and nobody could see anything through his giant body, so nobody stood a chance.
That is crazy. We did it!
On the first day of Chapter 6, Nick A30 and the boys discovered something completely game-breaking.
Oh, wait, you can do that. That does work.
Nick wasn't too impressed just yet, but he could have never guessed what was about to happen at the top of this hill.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yo, that's crazy.
They were flying, but this was just the beginning.
That's crazy.
Depending on how Sancho hit the car, they could even change the direction instantly mid-air. But when they tried it again next game, something absolutely bonkers
We
happened.
can even start right here and we just go towards that direction.
I'm gonna go like right here, and yeah.
Nice. Nice. Right towards him. Right towards him.
Yes.
Where are they at?
Right here.
Turn to the left. Yeah, to the left,
I'm gonna try to hit one. Oh, I hit one.
Nick got sucked off by the island, but Courage, Zemi, and Sancho descended on the enemy like ravenous vultures. They stood absolutely zero chance, getting completely obliterated in seconds.
Y'all just destroyed them.
In Chapter 7, pro player Crackley had a crazy idea, so he changed his name and got to work. He was pretending to be an aimbot hacker to troll people and reload, and at first it was going perfectly. He was locked in, absolutely beaming everyone in sight, and nobody stood a chance. He was popping off so hard that even if you're in on the joke, it still kind of looked like he was really aimbotting. And pretty soon he started picking up W after W. But this might be where he crossed the line. He had another pro player join his team with a suspicious looking name too. And maybe at this point, things started to look a little too convincing. With two pros on the same team, they were literally unstoppable. And this is probably where the reports started really flying in, because at the start of the next game, this happened.
I just got kicked out of the game.
And when he got back to the lobby,
Oh my god, bro. I got banned.
just goes to show, when it comes to cheaters in Chapter 7, Fortnite aren't taking any chances. In Chapter 1, Basically I Do Work and Wildcat heard something absolutely insane.
Throw it immediately, but don't pop the stone until you're like right about to explode. You know what I mean?
And they couldn't wait to put it to the test.
Oh my god!
It turned out there was a glitch where if you knocked yourself as you picked up the Shadow Stone and then got revived, something unbelievable would happen.
I am completely invisible, bro.
My turn.
The timing was pretty tricky, but if Wildcat could pull it off too, this was about to be the funniest Fortnite game ever.
Yes!
They did it.
Tyler, you're literally just a floating gun when you have a gun out. It's amazing. This is the best shit ever.
And even before running into other players, it was already hilarious. But things were only going to get funnier from here. They were stacked on loot.
I found a scar.
They could build. And they finally found some players to troll.
I shot somebody. I shot him in the butt.
They were completely invisible. All enemies could see was dust kicking up as they ran. It was terrifying. They had no idea what was happening.
I took a shotgun. He's freaking out. This is a random glider. I'm done. Let's get out of here.
But now it was time to take the trolling to a whole other level. They were literally ghost riding.
Ghost ride the whip.
But then something mind-boggling happened.
Wait, I see you. Wait, what?
DJ Yonder was freaking out. He knew players were nearby, but he couldn't see where, and was in a total panic.
He's shooting at the card. There's no one in it.
We gotta go.
Sadly, eventually the ATK broke.
I broke it.
He shot him.
Go.
But then, I Do Work had the funniest idea yet. He pulled out the tomato emote, and it was super funny. No matter what the enemies did, all they could see were tomatoes flying in from nowhere. They couldn't hit a shot. So I Do Work and Wildcat were free to troll as much as they wanted.
She just sprayed.
They somehow found DJ Yonder again, and apparently he did not like popcorn.
Ah, Tyler!
Everything was going perfectly until...
Oh my God!
Little Red Riding Hood rocked him with the double barrel. But since they were invisible, she couldn't finish the knock, and Wildcat was free to get the revive. But that wasn't the last they'd see of her. She was an absolute menace.
Ah, Tyler!
Bro, she's a monster.
She's dancing on my body.
Luckily, the boys got the res again and kept the trolling alive. But then they found something awesome,
I got a chug jug.
which gave him a goated idea.
I'm gonna bait it.
If this worked, it would be hilarious.
Come for it. Ready?
Yeah. No.
They were super confused and had no idea what was going on.
Oh my God, Marcel. Oh, he's pickaxing. You get me killed.
Eventually, though, all good things must come to an end. And so they didn't get banned for cheating. They let the last players take the win.
Yeah, nice job.
In Chapter 7's first big tournament, Typical Gamer was absolutely slaying out. He even picked up a W right at the gate. But sadly, just a few games later, his luck took a turn for the worse.
Just got shot. I'm fried. I'm probably cheating, man. 100% cheating.
TG had been aimbotted by a crazy hacker. But believe it or not, that was just the start.
They're jumping on you. Yeah, let's report this guy.
dude.
It was clear the cheaters were running wild, and TG was not about to let that slide.
All I'm gonna say is I have a feeling when we come back to the lobby, we're gonna get a ban message.
So they played out the next game, and as they returned to the lobby, TG saw something amazing.
They got banned, by the way.
Got banned.
But then, as they hopped into a regular match after the tournament, something ridiculous happened.
Cheating, rage hacking.
It was more hackers, and TG wanted revenge.
I got a kill. Let's report this kid.
So TG wasted no time firing off the report, and by the time he got back with his lunch, he saw exactly what he wanted to see.
Oh, wow.
Just goes to show, if you're an aimbot hacker, you do not want to mess with a big TG. In Chapter 1, Season 4, Laserbeam noticed something, and it gave him a crazy idea.
Basically, if you build a ramp and anyone's body parts are inside that ramp when it's built, you can walk through it. Yeah, I was saying that, and I was like, let's exploit it.
So he hopped into a game and got to work.
We've got to get a trap, but we've also got to get something real shiny. Something that even the best player in the game is going to go, oh, I want that.
Not only did he need a trap, he needed bait too. Luckily for Laserbeam, it didn't take him long to find the bait.
This could work. Oh, yes, a scar.
Or the trap.
We got the trap we need.
So now, it's finally time to see what Laserbeam was cooking up. Laserbeam started by building a box and putting traps inside, and then placing a roof with the bait on top. Now his trap was almost ready. He just had to pull off the glitch to make sure the floor was invisible.
Then we crouch here, like this. And now you should be able, yeah, there we go. Now they should just fall through it if anyone comes up here.
And wait for an unsuspecting victim to come his way. Sadly, Laserbeam waited for ages and started thinking nobody would ever show up. But then, somebody finally came his way, and it was time to see if this wild plan would actually work.
Got it!
That was insane. They had no idea.
That was gorgeous.
While spike traps were pretty epic, Laserbeam had an even better idea.
We build something like off the edge of the dusty divot and make them fall into their death.
So he set up another elaborate trap and got ready for the craziest prank in Fortnite history. He waited and waited and waited. But finally, a default was heading his way. But there was no way they'd fall for it, right? They did. Hook, line, and sinker.
That was just too perfect.
Next up, we have Tfue. Back in Chapter 3, he was frying with the AUG, cooking up a 20 bomb, until he found this.
What the crash pads?
Crash pads had been in the game before, but now so were cars, and this gave Tfue an idea. He stacked a few up, hopped in the Lambo, and this is what happened. He'd gone absolutely flying across the entire map.
I'm at logjam.
This was insane, but it made him wonder, what would happen if he used more? Way more.
Oh my god. Bro.
And they had a plan to go somewhere few people in Fortnite history have ever gone before.
That's gotta be like 20, dude.
Tfue hopped in the car, and it was finally time to put their crazy plan into action.
Oh, okay. That definitely sends us there.
They were headed all the way back to Spawn Island.
Going over to Spawn Island, yo.
And even though things were getting a little bit out of control, it seemed like their plan was working. And they might actually make it.
Yo, we did it! We did it! Yo!
This was crazy, but they had one more idea. It would be super difficult, but if they could pull it off, it would be absolutely legendary.
He's behind this tree right here.
The plan was to get the last player to hop in the car and send them flying into Storm, but it would be easier said than done.
Here, come to me. Try to bring him to me. I'm gonna set it up here, okay?
But eventually, they got in the car.
He's in.
Then he stacked the crash pads, and they were away.
No way!
It worked perfectly, and they got sent miles into Storm.
Yeah! He went so far!
Fortnite have always said skins don't give a competitive advantage, and that they're cosmetic only.
Oh my god. Hubba, hubba, hubba.
But in Season 4, the awesome new superhero-themed Battle Pass dropped, and one of the skins had an insane hidden secret. If you're wearing the Zoe skin, as long as you didn't get too close to other players, you would become completely invisible, and they wouldn't be able to see you at all. This was so broken that Fortnite had to actually disable the skin entirely while they fixed the issue. With the release of Chapter 2 Season 5, Fortnite announced a new feature, sand tunneling, but they didn't tell anyone about how glitchy it would be, and players quickly found a new way to use it to go completely invisible. Although it could be used for some really funny trolls.
Wait, where'd it go? That was spooky, wasn't it?
Yo, the gun's back. Oh my god, look at that.
It also totally broke the game, letting you get free wins.
Yeah!
So Fortnite disabled the feature entirely. Eventually, Fortnite announced that it was fixed and re-released back into the game, only for players to quickly find out it was actually still broken. Back in OG Fortnite, Tfue found a secret way to shoot enemies without them being able to hit him at all. It was insanely broken, and he used it at every opportunity, until eventually Fortnite patched it. They said it was fixed for good, but when Chapter 2 launched, it was running on a whole new engine, and with that, saw the return of the super OP exploit back into the game. In Chapter 3 Season 1, tents came to Fortnite, and they had an amazing feature. You could hop inside of them at any time to heal up. But when Fortnite made it clear that this overpowered feature was bounced out by the fact that they're breakable, they didn't mention that if your tent did start breaking a storm, you could pack it up, place it back down, and it would be good as new. This meant that players could out-heal the storm forever and get free wins. It was completely busted. At the start of any new season, there's always players ready to drop V-Bucks to speed through the battle pass.
You know me, man. L sweat buying every level, dude.
But in Chapter 5 Season 1, Fortnite hit them with a nasty surprise. If you tried to buy more than 25 levels with just V-Bucks, you just wouldn't get them. No levels, no warning, and you just lost the V-Bucks.
What the f is happening?
It felt like a straight up scam. And after massive backlash from the community, Fortnite finally stepped in and refunded the affected players. In Chapter 3 Season 4, McCreamy teamed up with the ultimate creative glitcher, and they found a way to glitch creative to let them use a ton of banned items. They unlocked a treasure trove of insane weapons, from the absolutely bonkers Xenon bow.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't even shoot at you, so.
To the completely overpowered and equally strangely named Brightcore the Jabberwocky. Some of these weapons were so ridiculous.
That is so crazy!
They felt like something straight out of another game entirely. Like this pistol that fires gnomes?
Why is it shooting gnomes?
But unfortunately, as fun as it was, Fortnite wasn't about to let these insane weapons run wild. So without without warning, they banned the map entirely. Try searching for the map code now. All you'll see is this dreaded message. But if you thought McCreamy's glitch was wild, Lachlan found a way to take it to the next level.
Oh, epic.
Not only did he crack the code to access a ton of banned items,
There's over 100 unreleased weapons.
he also managed to get his hands on the 2 most mysterious weapons in Fortnite history. The troll launcher was crazy enough already, but the test god gun was on an entirely different level. This gun was never meant for players. Only developers were supposed to have access to it, and for good reason.
This god gun go crazy.
The test god gun had insane stats. This weapon could one-shot anything from buildings to tanks at any range. They weren't kidding when they called it the god gun. And just when you thought it couldn't get even crazier, Lachlan somehow managed to spawn Galactus into the game. But while it looked cool, it was actually super sketchy, since Galactus is a Marvel character under strict copyright protection. Messing with him wasn't just risky, it was breaking the law. In Chapter 5, Courage and Nick A30 were playing some Battle Royale, but they could have had no idea what they were getting themselves in for.
I'm in their game for sure, for sure.
Cypher PK was stream sniping them with the biggest army of Peelies the world had ever seen. This is totally bannable, and other big YouTubers have been banned for doing this in the past, which we'll get to later. But it was looking like Cypher was prepared to pay the ultimate price for the ultimate troll.
What is this? Is this a banana army?
And as the banana army dropped in, Nick and Courage couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Wait, what the? Yo!
All right, perfect. Now follow me, follow me. Where's Courage at? Where's Courage at?
What is this, bro? Did you put us in a custom game, Nick?
No, I swear to God, Courage, I did not do anything.
They were super confused. But before they knew it, Cypher and his banana army were on them.
Start pickaxing him. Come on, come on.
Courage couldn't believe what he was seeing, but he wasn't hanging around. These bananas looked deadly.
What is going on?
Courage just about managed to make an escape this time.
Get it away!
Why is there an army of potassium coming after me, man?
But Cypher wasn't about to give up that easy.
Guys, we absolutely need to hunt down Courage. All right, we absolutely need to kill him.
What is happening right now?
At this point, you might be wondering how Cypher thought he could get away with all this without getting banned.
Stream sniping is not okay, and the only reason I'm doing this is because these guys are my close friends, and I know they'd be okay with me doing it to them.
But that doesn't mean Fortnite are okay with it. And they've banned big YouTubers for making these kind of videos before.
People are saying laser beam video?
Is it a laser beam video?
When Laserbeam did this, it did not end well. And we'll get back to that later. But it was not looking good for Cypher. And believe it or not, he was only just getting started.
We're gonna be safe here, Nick.
Courage, I'm scared.
I feel like they're watching me.
Start swinging at him.
Cypher couldn't wait to get them. And as Nick finally got rebooted, he got a big surprise.
Oh my God!
What is going on?
They were faced with a humongous horde of bananas. And he had just one important question.
Tell me if they're bad. Tell me if they're bad.
Were they friendly?
Break his car. Everybody break his car.
They were not friendly.
They're blowing up my car.
What if I kill one? Will they be angry? What if I kill one?
Pull up on him. Pull up on him. Pull up on Courage.
Oh my God. Oh my God. They're trying to attack you. I got you, Courage.
You got me.
They're all anonymous on. Help me! Nick, help me! I'm being chased by healthy food. I'm being chased by healthy food. Help!
For Courage, it was a living nightmare. And he wanted nothing more than to end the bananas' reign of terror.
Are they trying to get me to have a diet? What is this?
Eventually, Courage and Nick eliminated all the bananas and went on to win the game. But then Legion joined them for trios, and Cypher PK was ready to take it up a notch.
I'm getting it.
And this time, his army was absolutely massive.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
And this is when he started to worry.
What if it starts kicking us? Do you guys want to try to sneak closer to Demon's Dojo?
With how openly they were teaming, Cypher was running a huge risk.
Hopefully we don't get banned here.
But Cypher had his eyes on the prize, and this was about to be the troll of the season.
What is happening? What is happening? What is it? What is it? Get over here!
They see us! They see us! Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away!
Legion had no idea what was going on.
Oh, okay, hold on. What is happening?
He was terrified.
It's a gov squad, bro. What's going on? It's Legion's icon skin. What is that supposed to mean?
But this time, Courage was ready.
They're chasing us! Run away! Run away! Run away! Run away!
Things were getting so crazy, even Nick started to get worried.
Are we gonna get banned for teaming?
Leader, bro. These guys are for sure.
Dead!
Run!
Oh my god.
Nick did not want to get banned, so he started shredding the guffs, but most of them managed to make an escape, and you'll not believe what happens next.
Hide in this building. Crouch walk. Start crouch walking right now. We don't want people to chase us.
While the guffs were hiding, Nick, Courage, and Legion had followed them into the city and got caught up in a fight.
I'm getting beamed in the back. This is crazy, bro. There's a whole fight happening, and we're just tucked in here.
Cypher couldn't believe what was happening. It was insane.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Nick just about managed to make an escape with the mask, but you won't believe where he ended up.
Stay still.
It's all you, Glitch. It's all you.
All the guffs could do was stay quiet and pray that nobody found them. But then it happened.
On me, going for full.
I'm coming.
What? Oh my god! What?
Wait, there's like 40 guffs!
Oh my god, Nick! Oh my god, run! Get out of here!
That was crazy. And somehow none of them had been banned. But Cypher had something else in store that was gonna take it to the next level. But almost as soon as he made his escape, he checked Courage's stream and it was not looking good.
Are they dying, bro? Hold on. We might have to go back.
We are fighting for our lives
Yo,
right
they
now,
got
bro.
some good aim, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wow, I'm dead.
Guys, we have to go back. Hop in. We gotta help the boys.
Cypher is playing with fire here. If he helps Courage, he's 100% gonna get banned. But if he doesn't, the troll is all over.
Courage is the raccoon skin. Do not kill any raccoon skin. We need to kill everybody except Courage.
It's one thing grouping up and memeing, but teaming like this is not allowed, and it's totally bannable.
Oh my.
They have the medallion up top. Zip line up.
Cypher had to stop these guys, or at least try.
Oh shoot! Zip line down. Get in my bubble. All right. They're getting the revive off. We've caused enough distraction. We can leave now.
Somehow, Cypher had done just enough for Courage to sneak out of there, so the guffs hit the dip too. Courage got the reboot, and they made it all the way into endgame. But they couldn't believe who they were going up against for the win.
Okay. So it's the guffs now.
I'm the only one alive.
Legion and the others booted Cypher into the storm for the win. And after all that, Cypher feared the worst.
Yeah, we're all getting banned. That's it.
In 2018, Fortnite's Boogie Down contest had players dancing for a chance to get their moves made into a real game emote. But the top 100 received V-Bucks and a selection of disco-themed cosmetics, and this is where Fortnite did something unbelievable. Among the skins was Sparkle Specialist, a Season 2 Battle Pass skin. Fortnite had previously told players Battle Pass skins would be exclusive, so players who did buy the Battle Pass for the exclusive skins got totally scammed. Next up, Fortnite did something so bad, it literally made people cry. Chapter 5 Season 2 dropped with absolute heat. Greek god mythics, busted new abilities,
I'm fast as frick, boy!
and a battle pass stacked with wicked skins. The community was hyped.
Oh, she looks so good.
People bought it instantly and started grinding, until one day, it was just gone. The whole battle pass straight up disappeared from their locker. No warning, no refund, just Fortnite acting like they've never bought it in the first place. For some players, this was devastating. And while Fortnite did eventually tweet out that they were looking into it, by then the damage was already done. Sure, in the end, players got their battle passes back. But that moment when you log in and everything's gone, that's not a bug, that's straight up trauma. Players are always looking for ways to get easy wins, but this one takes the cake. In Chapter 2, Season 5, at the center of the map, there was the 0 point. Fortnite said it would heal you up to 100 health, but it would actually heal you up to 100 every time you went in it. And this gave the X2 twins an epic idea that nobody saw coming. They built a giant sky base all the way up to the 0 point so they could keep going through it and heal up the storm forever.
So pretty much, you rinse and repeat until you've won the game.
It was basically a cheat code for free wins.
Literally winning the game by running in a straight line.
In Fortnite Season 1, if you got to level 25, you could obtain the Mako glider from the season shop. This was the only way to get it, so it was one of the rarest items in the game.
I got it. No way it's OG, is it? Is it actually, guys? Cool. You're telling me this is the rarest glider in the game?
That was until January 2nd, 2018, when with no heads up at all, Fortnite just released it into the item shop. Players were excited and rushed to buy it, but those who missed out were super disappointed. Mistakes can be easily made, And next up, we have a big one. And the 4.2 Fortnite update added in the Storm Tracker, allowing lucky players to see the next 2 storm circles. Needless to say, this was pretty OP and was replaced by the jetpack in under 30 minutes.
No, wait. Oh, I had the Storm Tracker. That isn't in the patch notes.
So sadly, only a lucky few players got to try the item out, and most people missed out entirely. But Fortnite didn't mention the ability would actually come back in the form of forecast towers several years later. When Juice WRLD hit the item shop, fans were pumped.
Yo, this is sick.
No way! Juice WRLD is in the item shop!
But did you know Fortnite pulled a sneaky scam with the bundle? In the Fortnite web shop, the World Takeover bundle looked like it included the Lucid Dreams emo. But players who bought it actually got the Lucid Dreams jam track instead. Turns out the Lucid Dreams emote wasn't even in the game yet, so players were scammed out of an emote that didn't even exist? In Chapter 3, a massive statue of the Foundation could be found at the Sanctuary, but it had a hidden secret that nobody could believe. If you took a tire and threw it at a specific spot on the statue, something crazy happened. And depending on where you threw it, sometimes the statue would even get launched across the entire map. But this player found that if you climbed on top of the statue and then threw a tire on it, it would send you into orbit. This was super broken, so Fortnite secretly removed this glitch in the next update. In Chapter 4, McCreevy discovered an insane glitch, and you won't believe what it does.
We need an exotic icy grappler and blowberries.
It didn't take him long to find them, and when he used them both together, this is what happened. It let him fly around the map at insane speeds and never take any fall damage. You could actually go so fast it would crash the entire server. And very soon after this video, Fortnite released a hotfix banning it. And seeing as it was so overpowered, it probably wouldn't come to much of a surprise that McCreamy had easily picked up the W. In Chapter 4, Fortnite released a Shockwave Hammer, and Wildcat, Courage, Cypher PK, and Scissors found an absolutely bonkers glitch with it.
What are we doing, dude? This is ridiculous.
If you took it in turns, hitting each end of the car, you could fly around forever.
We'll get height first, and then we'll worry about.
Yeah. It was insane, and it wasn't long before they were up in the clouds.
How high
Oh my God. We are
almost 500.
650 meters.
There's no way, bro.
It was pretty hard to control, so they were doing a great job. But eventually, the last team spotted them.
They're shooting us. They're shooting up at us.
And this is where panic started setting in, and things started getting absolutely crazy.
Hit us now. Hit us now. Hit us now. Scissors. Scissors. Hit. Scissors. Hit. Stay. 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 It's gonna slam.
Oh my God.
Go, go, go!
Somehow, they had made it down alive, but could they clutch up for the win?
No, there's one there. Yeah!
They were giving it everything they had and dominating the opposition. But there was a problem none of them could have imagined. The last player was nowhere to be seen.
He probably just has 2 med miss or something.
Like in the sky?
Unbelievably, they couldn't find them anywhere. So the last player picked up the win, and you wouldn't believe it where they were.
Are you kidding me? Dude, he sees us in the truck. How did we never hear this guy?
They were doing the soaring sprints dub glitch the whole time. In Chapter 2, Season 4, Fortnite dropped a legendary bundle that nobody saw coming. But what followed was one of the sneakiest scams Fortnite's ever pulled. The Last Lap bundle gave you 3 banger skins: Joker, Poison Ivy, and Midas Rex, plus a bunch of other sick cosmetics too. At launch, it was only $29.99, offering pretty awesome value for what you got. But here's the catch. When it finally returned to the shop 472 days later, the price had mysteriously gone up. No new content, no bonus V-Bucks, just a higher price for the exact same thing. People who missed it the first time were hyped it was back until they saw the new price tag. And the worst part, a lot of newer players didn't even realize that they were being scammed. It was insanely sneaky. But if you bought it the second time around, I'm sorry to say that you literally got scammed. Joker skin? More like the joke's on us. When Fortnite first added Thanos all the way back in Chapter 1, players were hyped.
Let's go, baby!
And they couldn't believe how insanely overpowered he was. Players lucky enough to find the Infinity Gauntlet mid-game soon learned he was an absolute tank with a ridiculous 700 HP, 300 shield, and Siphon, meaning you would generate back to full shield after every elimination.
And you're dead, and I have my shield back.
It was stupidly broken, so Fortnite tried to balance things out by making Thanos unable to build, which made sense. But there was one big problem. It turned out there was a glitch, where sometimes when you picked up the Infinity Gauntlet, the animation didn't trigger, meaning not only would you be able to get all of Thanos' powers, but you you'd also be able to build.
What is going on?
It was absolutely crazy, and it turned him from overpowered to just straight up ridiculous.
I'm coming.
You had 700 HP, and because you could build, other players couldn't even land a shot on you while you were charging them down. And that's not all. If for some reason you got bored of Thanos' powers, you could still use your pickaxe, or even regular weapons like the Scar or an RPG. It was absolutely busted and basically gave you the guaranteed win. But unluckily for this player, there was still one thing that could take him down.
No, no, no!
The storm. In chapter 5, IShowSpeed had a crazy idea.
I always wanted to do this.
He wanted to join in on Nick A30's customs, and it turned out it was his lucky day.
All right, I'll do one more for you if you want.
So Nick set up a new game and Speed hopped in, but nobody could have guessed what was about to happen.
Nick!
Is that him?
Things started out pretty normal.
Simon says using that item, you must kill one person and one person only. It shoots at another person, you will be eliminated.
How do I, what?
But Speed doesn't play a ton of Fortnite, so he was kind of confused.
So he says, you gotta pick it up, bro! Pick it up, pick it up!
No, sorry.
Simon says, come here.
No, sorry.
Simon says, A-team, shotguns out.
Unfortunately, it was looking like it might be wraps for Speed.
Stop.
Simon says, you want another chance?
Yes.
Simon says, go line back up. Simon says, go line back up.
Luckily, Nick decided to give him a second chance, but that might have been a big mistake.
Simon says, you must save yourself using your crash pad. We're starting from left, and we're going all the way to right.
No.
Nick started sidekicking people off, and they were saving themselves no problem. But then it came time for Speed's turn.
You're next.
And he picked the wrong time to check his phone.
What the?
Speed was super angry. He felt like he got totally scammed and decided that next game he would get his revenge.
Simon says you're not allowed to shoot back. Oh, yo!
But with actions come consequences.
Monts! Ban him! Make sure he never joins my customs ever again!
That'll teach him to mess with the king. When it comes to breaking the rules, Fortnite doesn't mess around. Anyone can have their maps banned, even Cypher PK. In the summer of 2024, Fortnite dropped Reload, a brand new game mode that was an instant hit. Players loved the fast-paced action, a nostalgic OG map. And this gave Cypher an idea. What if there was a Chapter 2 version? He wasted no time cooking it up.
We recreated basically what would be a Chapter 2 reload map with iconic POIs.
And it was a massive hit,
The map looks so good.
peaking at over 30,000 players. And it was easy to see why.
No, I'm not gonna lie, this is nostalgic.
Cypher and his team did an amazing job, but it wasn't long before it caught Fortnite's attention, and they were not happy. Turns out, recreating Fortnite's official locations like that is totally banned.
Epic Games sent us a message and they said that we are not allowed to use Chapter 2 POIs.
And Cypher was forced to change the map immediately or face severe consequences.
So we did. We made the shark into the Kraken. We made the agency into the office.
But that's not the only time Cypher has gotten in trouble over a creative map. You might recognize the Pit, a map where players grab their favorite weapons and then descend to battle it out with unlimited resources. At the map's peak, it had nearly 500,000 players. This was absolutely unbelievable. So Cypher PK decided to investigate, and you won't believe what he found. The map had fake items like mythic Zeus bolts,
Let me see if I can pick this up.
and it seemed like you could get them.
It says like and favorite to support, and then I can pick up the mythic Thunderbolt.
But they were totally fake just to bait you into favoriting the map.
It's not letting me pick up the mythic Zeus Thunderbolt.
This would usually be enough for a map to be banned already, but it was just the tip of the iceberg. With the success of the Pit, other map makers like Cypher took inspiration, but then, out of nowhere, things took a wild turn. Gearsy, the creator of the Pit, started copyright striking any map with Pit in the title, and Cypher PK was outraged. They had an argument, and things got seriously heated, but nobody really knows how it ended. Rumors swirl that Gearsy even went as far as suing Cypher, and with Cypher's Pit mysteriously disappearing, it sure makes you wonder. In Chapter 2, Season 3, Laserbeam found out about an insane glitch he couldn't wait to try.
Invincibility glitch.
It sounded awesome, but he knew he was playing with fire.
We aren't gonna win games with it, so don't ban me.
He wasn't going to show us how it worked,
I should be invincible. I have 0 HP.
but it definitely did.
Aha! His bullet was powerless against me.
Nobody could damage him at all. It was ridiculous. But then,
Wait, what? It worked for a little bit.
It wasn't perfect, but Laser knew if he could finesse the glitch and get it to stick, it would be utterly insane. So he wasted no time in trying again. And this time, it worked perfectly. Enemy players couldn't damage him at all, and they were completely mind-boggled. But even though other players couldn't eliminate him, there was still one thing that could.
Oh, Zone is so far away, bro. I gotta go.
Laser was stuck at 0 HP, so if the storm touched him for even just a second, it would be all over. So he rushed his zone, but being Laser Beam, he kept goofing around along the way, and somehow, eventually it started looking like he might accidentally win the game. But equally, at this point, it was looking like a one-way ticket to Bansville. But then, he found out the storm wasn't his only weakness.
Oh, look. Oh, what? I think I can get damaged in water. Oh, well, we had a good run.
But Laser Beam wasn't done yet. He knew there was a way to take this glitch to the next level.
I should be invisible and invincible. Also, I can shoot.
So he pretty much activated full-on God mode. And now there's only one thing for it. Some epic trolling.
Oh, this guy's medkitting. Wonder if I can just, like, whack him with my pickaxe and scare him a little bit. It's all right. He just used a medkit, so his health fully back to normal.
That was hilarious. But he wasn't done yet.
Okay, so he just dropped mats, and I picked them up. No mats for you, buddy. And he's like, where did they go? This guy has no idea that a vibrating gingerbread is standing right behind him at all times.
At first, he started shooting players' ramps out.
Oh, this is too much fun, man.
Completely mind-boggling them.
He's like, where is he?
But then he came up with an even better idea.
I think since it's not going to cost them a victory royale, I might try and knock one of them.
So Laser Beam started taking shots, and pretty soon he knocked one.
Like, how did he die? I want the chug jug. Ugh. Oh my god, they're like, how did Timmy die?
Then when it finally came down to the last two players, Laser saw the perfect chance for the funniest troll yet.
Would you like a chug jug? Oh, he picked up the chug jug. No, you're not allowed to drink the chug. No. No. No.
He was pickaxing them, but they couldn't see or hit him at all.
Now he's just spinning in circles shooting. No, no chug jug. No chug jug. No chug jug. Come here. No chug jug. Oh, I'm gonna die to storm in a second. I've knocked another one.
And when it came to the final 1v1, so there was at least a chance for when I wouldn't ban him, there was only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna give him the win. It's over now. All right, that was too much fun.
In Chapter 3, Fortnite added Mantling to the game. A brand new feature with crazy possibilities. But it wasn't long before players started noticing a crazy glitch with it. Every so often, completely at random, it would bug out and launch players flying across the map at insane speeds.
Fortnite! Please fix the mantling bug!
Needless to say, it sucked to be on the receiving end of it. But if it happened to someone you were fighting, it could actually be pretty clutch. They got launched into oblivion, making them a completely free elimination. When Fortnite added the Tesla Cybertruck, most people expected it to cost a fortune. So when the summer road trip quest dropped, letting players unlock it for completely free, everyone rushed to complete them.
Let's go!
Before long, every lobby was packed with Cybertrucks. And that's when the problem started.
What the heck? Fortnite!
Typical Gamer found it the hard way.
I can't use the fists. They're broken.
Something about the Cybertruck was completely bugging the game.
I think the Tesla Cybertruck glitches the fists. Tesla Cybertruck is pay to lose.
And if you found out at the wrong time, it could even scam you out of the win.
What?
When the legendary pump shotgun dropped all the way back in Chapter 1, it had 110693 on the side. And players quickly realized it was the release date of Jurassic Park. A nice tip of the hat given to the resemblance of the shotgun to the one in the film. You might have also spotted that just before the number is Smart Young Lady, a reference to the classic line from the film, Clever Girl. But that's not the only time Fortnite's referenced it. If you wore a dinosaur skin like Rex or Triceratops in Stealthy Stronghold and you got an elimination, you get a secret legacy called Clever Girl 2. No AW Plays was playing a tournament, but while waiting for endgame, he found something utterly insane.
Oh my gosh, bro, why am I stretching out, bro? Hello?
He found a crazy glitch that pretty much turned him into Mr. Fantastic.
Bro, what is this? Oh my gosh, what is happening?
But although it was fun, he couldn't goof around too long. He had a tournament to play.
I don't know what's going on, bro. I can't even lie.
When shopping carts were first added, all the way back in Chapter 1, they were an instant hit. And it was easy to see why. In a time before roly-polies, ballers, or even the humble shockwave grenade, any kind of mobility got players hyped. And the shopping cart was no exception. It was the perfect mix of useful and totally meme-worthy.
It's not down! Down! Oh my god. Not my fault!
We didn't die. Lupo, we didn't die.
Pretty soon, players were launching themselves off the biggest hills, hitting wild speeds and insane jumps.
Turbo build! Turbo build! Oh god!
But then, one player found a glitch that took things to a whole other dimension. At first, it just looked kind of funny. Their character was floating midair, holding onto the cart, flying around like Superman. But then, it started tipping over in slow motion. And then, they got pretty much sucked into a vortex, and it was like nothing anyone had ever seen before. They kept going higher and higher and higher until eventually, they were miles above the map. And then this happened.
I'm gonna click X and see what happens. Oh my god, I'm doing like... I can't get off, dude. Wait, what?
They teleported back down like nothing ever happened. In Chapter 2, Season 7, Nick A30 had found a glitch with the UFOs that you won't believe.
Easy, breezy, beautiful.
If you put an item on top of a UFO without breaking it, it would stay stuck in the sky forever. Nick flew the squad up there and it was looking good. But there was one problem.
How are you gonna jump out? How are you gonna jump out?
I got it.
He's a pro.
Wait!
I got it, he said.
I made it! I made it!
That was insane. And luckily, it meant that Nick had one more chance.
Gosh, please. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, we gotta get a kill now, guys.
And Elam would be icing on the cake. So they started taking shots.
Nice, I got it!
And it turned out railguns on this glitch skybase was super OP. And they started picking up a ton of Elam.
3, 2, 1. Got him, knocked him!
But eventually, Storm moved. And if they couldn't think of a way down, it would be all over. Luckily, Nick had an idea.
We can all jump for that ship right there and we can make it.
It seemed crazy, but having made a similar jump just moments ago, Nick was feeling full of confidence.
I'll get you guys, I promise. I'll come back. I'm dead.
Back in Chapter 3, Tifu, Zemi, and Scope were playing a trio tournament when out of nowhere something insane happened.
Get in, Scope. We can just push up to this ridge and chill.
Yeah.
Yo, push up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's a cheater. It's gotta be a cheater.
No way, bro.
Tifu was annoyed, and rightfully so. A hacker had completely griefed their tournament. But what they were about to witness was absolutely unbelievable. This hacker had pretty much turned the DMR into a sniper minigun. They all reported them, but unfortunately, that wasn't the last time they would bump into them.
Team West trying to creep up on us right now. Close.
Okay, I'm
Like
coming
100 meters from me.
Even before they had fired a bullet, Tifu had a strange feeling something was up.
I'm coming
Could be
up.
a cheater, bro.
Did you see footsteps or what? Oh, it is.
Dude, it's so cringe, bro.
This hacker was stupidly overpowered, and there was nothing they could do. But luckily, this was the last time they ran into them, so it's safe to assume Fortnite had hit them with a ban. This next scam is so sneaky, you might not have even realized it was happening. But trust me, Fortnite knew exactly what they were doing. For 7 long years, Fortnite didn't let you choose between default skins, it was totally random. Every single time. Why? Well, let's be real. If you can't stick with the default skin you like, you're way more likely to buy a skin from the item shop. And that's not just a theory. Players begged Fortnite to let them choose a default. And what did they do? They started putting default skins in the item shop. Yeah, the exact same characters you were already using randomly the chapter before were being put on sale for 800 V-Bucks each. Fast forward to Chapter 6 Season 1. Now you can finally pick a default skin, which is awesome. But it also kind of exposes the scam. In Season X, Fortnite added a game-changing new location.
They added Tilted Town, a place you're not supposed to be able to build.
This had never happened before, but it didn't take laser beam long to find a crazy glitch at the new POI.
Alright, I'm not going to show you how to do it, but just want to let you know I'm currently in Tilted Town, an area where you're not supposed to build. And as you can see, I can build in Tilted Town. Time to crank some Doritos, boys.
This was absolutely insane, and laser beam felt like a god.
No artificial barrier can stop me.
Nobody else in the area could build at all, so it wasn't long before somebody came over to investigate.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
And safe to say, this player was absolutely mind blown at what they were witnessing.
He just left the game. He just left the game. And he gave me more mats. Crank more Doritos.
And it wasn't long before Laserbeam was crowned the king of Tilted Town.
They know they don't stand a chance.
Next up, OG players might remember it all too well. These days, Battle Pass shows you everything you're getting up front.
This is the coolest Battle Pass ever.
But back in the early days of Fortnite, there was one massive surprise: secret skins. You technically already own them as part of the pass, but nobody knew what they were until way later in the season when Fortnite unlocked them.
Who got this skin? No one got this skin.
And that mystery built insane hype all season long.
She is hot.
Hot.
But sadly, in Chapter 2, Season 2, Fortnite scrapped them entirely. Instead, we got bonus skins. And while some of them were pretty sick, a lot of players were left super disappointed. The thrill of the surprise was gone, and it felt like something special had been lost forever. Did you know in Chapter 1, pump shotguns had a hidden secret? The pump is meant to be used up close at short range, but in the very early days of Fortnite, it could actually do crazy damage at far distances, and people started calling it the sniper pump. It was so busted. In Chapter 1, Lachlan heard about a crazy glitch and couldn't wait to try it.
He ran into a bush and he got put to max height limit. So I want to see if I can do this. Right here, there was a ramp and he just like ran into it.
Unfortunately, it wasn't easy to pull off, but Lachlan wasn't giving up that easy. He tried again and again.
I saw it there for a second.
And again. And eventually,
oh,
it kind of worked, and most players would have called it there, but Lachlan knew this glitch had way more potential.
It's possible. It's a thing. We're going to space.
The glitch spot was right in the middle of Retail Row, so before he could even try it, he had to clear the whole POI. It didn't take long though, and soon he was ready to blast off, but unfortunately, it still wasn't what Lachlan was hoping for.
We got it again at like the same height. I'm gonna switch it up and put some ping on this.
It sounded like a good idea, and turns out it was.
I did it!
He got super high.
Oh my god!
But after seeing someone basically go to the moon, Lachlan was determined to go even higher.
We can go higher. The video that I saw on Reddit, way higher. It took him 2 minutes to hit the floor.
So he changed it up with a new spot, and then...
Oh my god! Oh my god! I actually got it. I got it.
Lachlan finally teleported into space. It was insane.
I actually did it.
Next up, we have something utterly insane.
Look at this! Look at it! Oh my god! I'm in a car, bro! Bro! This is the Flash! Oh, how am I supposed to hit that?
This player had found a crazy way to glitch the Sub-Zero combat kit, letting them zoom around the map at insane speeds.
I don't want to see it! No!
In Chapter 3, Fortnite added balloons. They were a great new way to get around the map, unless this happened. It had glitched out and sent Tfue into orbit. And at this point, it was anyone's guess if he would take fall damage or not. It turns out you did. But when it happened to Nick A30, he was actually disguised as a slurp barrel. And you won't believe what happens when he hits the blimp.
Oh, I can't deploy.
Even though he did take 100 fall damage, the slurp barrel healed him back up for 10 HP at the exact same time, so he didn't get eliminated. In Chapter 4, Zemi was gliding in to save the day.
It's 3 teams, it's 3 teams, it's 3 teams.
You can res.
Yeah.
But when he goes to res, something absolutely mind-boggling happens that should be totally impossible.
They shoot me. Why are they shooting me? Let me know. Wait, you're...
What?
Wait.
How am I up?
Wait, what?
I'm up.
Wait, what?
Somehow, Zemi had res thieves instantly. They were mind blown and determined to figure out how to do it again.
It was like right here. Tell her to move,
Zemi crawled over to the same spot Thieves was in, called over the NPC, and...
I'm up. Wait, what? Wait, it happened again!
In OG Fortnite, Boom TV had organized a tournament with all your favorite OG content creators. But they also messed up and invited a bunch of pro players too. After the first few games of the content creators getting dominated, there was only one thing for it.
Oh my god, yes!
They decided to all wear Peely and team against the pros.
Guys, we need to be strapped.
Bananas together strong!
This was a pretty dumb idea. It's against the tournament rules and bannable, but they had had enough. So they all landed together at Pleasant Park, looted up, and headed out to get the revenge.
Rift.
They all rifted over to Tilted, and it looked absolutely insane.
No, bro, look! What?
And as they glided into Tilted, it didn't take long for one of the pros to notice something was up.
Oh my gosh!
Guys, they're sweats!
Go! Attack! Oh.
What is this?
Even Mongrel was hiding from the insane banana army.
Wait, this is an insane spot.
But it's not hard to see why.
Is this allowed, bro? There's so many Peelies. What is happening? Definitely all the Peelies over there.
The Peely army cleared out Tilted Towers and then carried on an absolute rampage, decimating any pro player that stood in their way.
Dead.
Even the World Cup champion didn't stand a chance. The instant he hit the rift, the Peely army fried him out of the sky, and it was ridiculous.
There we go, Booga's dead!
Yes! Booger is dead! The Peelies were stopping at nothing, and the pros were dropping like flies. Some of them lasted surprisingly long, but eventually the Peely army got their revenge.
We beat the Sweats!
We did it! We did it, boys! So now it was just the Peelies left, and there was only one thing for it.
Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only! Pickaxe only!
An insane pickaxe fight broke out, and the content creators were having a blast.
Another day, another victory royale for the OGs.
No.
Eventually, a banana picked up the win, but since they had been teaming, their points were banned from the last game, and it didn't even count. In the run-up to OG, Courage was slaying some solos, until this happened. He recognized the name, and they had been stream sniping him all day, and Courage had finally had enough. He submitted an in-game report and thought about taking further action. But then, he had a better idea.
You know what? Wait. You know what, JR Callum?
But before he could begin, Courage needed proof they were stream sniping him, and he had a 200 IQ plan to catch them out.
Callum, what's your favorite Fortnite emote, bro? Okay.
They could hear him, so they were definitely watching the stream, and it was game on.
You have just given yourself a very tough task. I am going to spectate you in this game. If you die, I will personally message the CEO of Epic Games to ensure your account gets banned. If you win, congratulations.
With 56 players remaining, this was a crazy challenge. And unfortunately for Junior Callum, there was danger lurking around every corner.
He's finally got full shields. Do you guys have any faith in JR Callum to win? Oh, you're scared? Is someone scared? Oh, now we're running away, huh?
But this is where Courage starts to find out exactly why this player is so terrified of losing and getting banned.
Look at all these cool cards you spend money on, bro. Would be a shame if they're banned.
They clearly had spent some money on cosmetics, but nobody could have ever guessed just how much.
Yo, Callum, be honest. Have you spent over $250 on your Fortnite account? Be honest, Callum. Oh, now it get perma-banned? Oh, no.
But as it turns out, that was just the tip of the iceberg.
All right, let's check this. Have you spent over $500 on your Fortnite account? Oh! Oh!
The stakes were high, so you could forgive them for parking up and camping. But when they got out, something absolutely unbelievable happened.
No! No! No!
They started running in place, and Courage knew exactly what this could mean.
Chad, if he disconnects, that means Epic already banned him.
And sure enough, they had been banned, and Courage couldn't believe it.
Oh my god, banned mid-game.
Next up, some of you Chapter 2 OGs might remember this glitch with the votes. It was pretty easy to do, but unfortunately for Myth, this hacker found a way to take it to the next level.
What the f is that? What? Oh my god!
They had an insane hack to get infinite missiles with no cooldown, so they could shoot them as much as they want. It was like a mech on steroids, and they were completely destroying everyone. So all Myth could do was sit back and watch. And he had some ideas on who this might be.
Thanos, no! Oh my god, what is happening?
This next scam hit way too many players, and most didn't even realize it until it was too late. Fortnite has dropped some amazing guitars and basses over the seasons, in crazy collabs with the Spider-Verse, Iron Man, and a bunch of other awesome Marvel characters. These things looked insane, but there was one problem. They only worked in Fortnite Festival. Let's be honest, although it is pretty fun, it's not the most popular game mode, so tons of players saw the guitar stand and loved how it looked, but passed on them, thinking they would never be able to use them. Then completely randomly, over a year later, Fortnite suddenly dropped an update that made them usable as pickaxes and backblings in Battle Royale. No warning, no re-release, just boom, now they work. If you already had them in your locker, it was a huge W. But if you're one of the many players who skipped on them thinking that they would be stuck in Festival forever, it kinda sucked. Players didn't pass on the instruments because they were bad. They missed out because Fortnite never told them the whole truth. I bet most of you don't remember this one. It was absolutely insane. It started out looking like Tifa was playing any other tournament until he does this.
No.
This was the Architect Cup back in Chapter 1, a one-off tournament where you could edit anybody's builds, not just your own. It was absolute chaos. Even if they built themselves fully in a 1x1, you could just walk up right to it and double edit their roof. Needless to say, it was almost impossible to defend yourself. So aggressive players like Tfue thrived. And while it was fun for them, it only made the game super imbalanced and way too chaotic. The only other time this mode has ever been in the game was when Fortnite tested it out with another one-off tournament in Chapter 3. But it hasn't been seen since, and it's not exactly likely to return. In Chapter 5, Loserfruit and other content creators were playing in a tournament for a video where they couldn't move.
Like that laser beam video, but we're doing a competition between me, Sync, Winter, and Zam.
But nobody could have guessed how it would end up with Loserfruit getting banned. The first few games went awesome.
Yes! That's 2 games with 15 points each.
But in the next game, things took a turn for the worse.
Okay, I think Luffy's got a few stream snipers.
And unfortunately, as her landing spot didn't quite go to plan,
Oh!
one of the stream snipers was with her in no time and up to no good.
Bro moved like a step back.
They knew that she couldn't move and had tons of funny trolls planned.
Stop putting that so mean. I can't move.
But this next one is where they crossed the line and Loserfruit messed up big
Oh
time.
my god, thank you for the bananas. Thank you. Is this teaming?
She was right to be worried, but they didn't stop there. The Guff actually boxed her up and stood guard protecting her. And after a while, she got a bad feeling.
I'm gonna get kicked from this game, aren't I, for teaming? I'm gonna get banned from this tournament.
But she didn't just get kicked from the tournament.
I wanna get banned. I didn't do anything, I promise.
In her defense, she literally didn't do anything. If you play build mode, you might be familiar with the fact that you can't see through edits. But that actually wasn't always the case, and back in the early days of Chapter 1, Avery had cooked up a 200 IQ strat.
You're actually allowed to see through these walls clear as day.
He realized that you could hide completely behind cover, where enemies couldn't see you at all, even inside a fully built 1x1. And he used this trick to have 100% visibility, giving you an insane advantage. It didn't take long for Fortnite to realize this was pretty busted, and secretly changed it to how it is today. You might not have noticed, but when you fire a flare gun in Fortnite, the flare actually says fire at 45 degrees on it, just like in real life. If you saw this short posted by Fortnite in 2019, you probably didn't notice that there was actually a number on the box containing the flare gun, and it turned out that 1106 was actually code for the 11th of June, the eventual release of Chapter 2 Season 3. Farming mats is never easy, and finding metal can be especially hard. So you can imagine how happy players were when they found this secret way to get infinite metal. You could keep farming the gas pump all game, and it would never break. Having your whole squad maxed out was a huge advantage. So it won't come to as much of a surprise that it wasn't long before Fortnite sneakily changed it so the glitch didn't work anymore. But years later, someone actually found a way to do it again. If you parked your car on the repair pad, you could farm it indefinitely while the pad repaired the car. That is 200 IQ. In Chapter 3, Cypher PK and the boys were having a great time running some trios. Until this happened. Whoa! They were hacking, but Cypher was not going down without a fight.
3 cheaters, a full team of cheaters.
No way, dude. Come on. They just carried Ninja. They're flying with him.
Ninja totally crashed out, and Courage was about to do the same. But then he remembered something.
Wait, actually, I want to report them.
Yeah, report them.
If they could get these guys banned, it would be awesome. But Cypher wasn't done just yet. If he could somehow eliminate the hackers before they got banned, it would be icing on the cake. So he broke out of his fortress, popped the medkit, and before he knew it, the fight had come to him. It was a good try, but after losing the fight, Cypher wanted nothing more than to get them banned.
Let me go and replay and report them. Might as well take them out.
And Cypher wasn't joking. Literally, as soon as he got back to the lobby, he got the pop-up.
Oh, suspect apprehended immediately.
Already? Oh, we got banned instantly?
Yeah.
Get him out of here!
Sheesh, we got shooters in these streets.
But unfortunately, they weren't out of the woods yet. And next game, something unbelievable happened.
Oh, it's a hacker. What?
Even though they already got the hackers banned, it looks like somehow they were back with a vengeance. But this time, Courage meant business.
He's dead. I killed him. He's dead.
Nice.
Another one.
Courage absolutely obliterated the first hacker, but there was one more left, and they were looking like one tricky customer.
I have the mythic AR. I gotta try to put in my tent, maybe.
Even though they were flying around with a sniper, Courage didn't have any ammo, so they res Cypher, but it wouldn't take long before the hacker was back again.
I'm not putting my good guns away, Cham. I'm gonna kill the hackers with these guns.
His teammate just landed on me, no audio.
No! Cypher was the last one standing. He started spraying, and luckily he managed to pick up a knock, so it was looking like he might actually be able to clutch.
Wait, Lieutenant John Llama just killed one of them, I think.
But then it happened.
Whoa, the hacker got me.
The hacker was back, and now's the time for the ultimate 1v1 showdown. But then something unbelievable happened. Cypher's box got set on fire, so he had to move, and the hacker was ready and waiting.
Oh my god.
Having already banned the hacker, Cypher was super confused about what was going on. So after reporting them, he went into replays, and you wouldn't believe what he had found.
The other hacker isn't even on the same team. Like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, they're different.
Unbelievably, there were two completely separate hackers. But when Cypher got back to the lobby, he was met with good news.
Suspect apprehended. Let's go!
Another one down. Another cheater half been eliminated.
Do you remember Starry Suburbs? In Season X, Fortnite added this new POI for just 2 short weeks, and it had the crazy secret not many people know about. Stars dropped here from the sky, containing some absolutely insane loot. But there was one thing in particular that Lachlan was on a mission to find. He was looking for something that had never been seen before. It was insanely rare and easily the most overpowered item of its type in the history of Fortnite. After opening tons of stars, Lachlan still hadn't found it, which makes what replays did next here even more unbelievable.
Oh, I got a gold tack SMG.
He got it on the very first star that he opened, so he took it as a challenge to win with just the gold tack SMG alone. But that was no problem. The gold tack SMG was by far the most broken weapon of all time. With a ridiculous fire rate and 42 damage headshots, it was absolutely stupid. But because Fortnite put it into the game secretly, and the only way you could get it was from the stars and starry suburbs for 2 weeks in Chapter 1, a lot of people didn't even know that this gun ever existed. There's a version that's in creative modes now, but it is severely nerfed, and a mere shadow of its former glory. Needless to say, seeing as it was so goated, replays picked up the W no sweat.
I only found one gun the whole game.
In Chapter 3, Fortnite added Indiana Jones to the game with his very own POI, and Nick A30 couldn't wait to discover its hidden secrets.
What are these? There's like little, oh, turn. Oh.
It was a puzzle, and Nick was excited to see what he would get for solving it. Unfortunately, it was looking like he might be stuck. But then, he remembered something.
Oh, do you remember I saw a symbol over here?
He went back to take a look, and the symbols looked the same. So, pretty soon, he had it all figured out.
There it is. Boom.
We could have never been prepared for what he was about to find inside.
Oh! Okay. There's actually booby traps.
Nick was laughing now, but this was just the start. And there was something way crazier waiting for him at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, take? How much gold? I already have max gold. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should I not have taken that?
Nick had a bad feeling.
What do I do?
And for good reason. As he went to make his escape, he was met with a big surprise.
Oh!
But it gave him a crazy idea.
There's a treasure you can take, and then a boulder gets activated and falls down from the top, and it should eliminate and go through every single person.
Nick wasn't totally sure if his plan would work, but it would be epic if it did. And it was looking like it was time to find out.
Initiate the trap right now. He's taking it. There it is. Here comes the boulder.
The boulder's about to drop any second. And Nick had a feeling the wait would be worth it. And I think you're going to agree with him when you see it.
Any second now. Here it is. It does go through everybody. It worked!
Sadly, this was secretly removed at the end of the season, as Shuffled Shrines got covered in chrome and got renamed to Shimmering Shrines for Season 4. Next up, we have CIA.gov, possibly the first ever hacker in Fortnite and easily the most powerful. They had the full-on aimbot, but that was only the tip of the iceberg. They can enable island edit like in creative and basically do anything they wanted. It was insane, and nobody had ever seen anything like it. But they didn't just do it in regular games. They did it in big money tournaments too, absolutely terrorizing even the best pro players at the time.
Is this extra?
There was nothing anybody could do, and all the pro players at the time were down bad.
Wow, 18 kills, you popped off. Great job, man.
That is, until the hacker ran into Vivid. He was the hero Fortnite needed.
Oh.
There's a hacker.
Yeah. That's actually incredible. Like,
Boogie bombing this ultra powerful hacker was insane, but Vivid wasn't done yet. Wrecked! Vivid had eliminated CIA.gov and thought it was all over, but he couldn't have been more wrong. Vivid started hitting the res on his teammate, but then the craziest thing happened.
What the?
The hacker somehow respawned? Luckily, Vivid had one last boogie bomb and managed to kill the hacker again. But that was his last boogie bomb, and he knew the hacker would be back any second.
He's respawning!
So Vivid had to make a 200 IQ play. He knew the hacker needed the quad crasher to eliminate him, so he got on it and used it as bait.
I'll farm you all day, kid. God, my IQ is so high.
Even though Vivid rolled them, CIA.gov's hacks were absolutely stupid, so it wouldn't come to much of a surprise that Fortnite banned them. Next up, we have Cypher PK, Nick Mercs, and Nate Hill with something completely impossible. They bumped into a hacker, but you won't believe how it ended.
oh, he's a hacker.
The hacker had deleted Nick Mercs and Nate Hill in the blink of an eye, but Cypher wasn't going down without a fight. He had a plan.
Okay, I got this, guys.
What are you doing, BK?
Cypher used a lightsaber so he couldn't get shot.
I'm gonna go res you guys, all right?
Then he hopped in the boat and made a dash for the reboot. And he had an idea who the hacker might be.
Jarvis is back, bro.
Things were going to plan so far, but while he could run, he couldn't hide from this aimbot hacker.
Yo, you get...
Oh, shot! Oh! He's under the map, bro.
So Cypher, Nick, and Nate all reported the cheater, but they could have never predicted what was about to happen when they went to spectate.
Dude, I don't... His hacks aren't working that well or something. I don't know. Wait, did he kill these guys? He just got banned!
We got him banned.
Oh, we just rocked him, bro.
It only took 9 seconds from Cypher submitting the report to the cheater actually getting banned. That has to be world record for the fastest ban in Fortnite history. At the end of Chapter 2, the island got turned upside down, and we saw a whole new side of it, bringing Chapter 3 flipped. But not many people noticed that while most of the lobby tracks start with press play, for Chapter 3 island theme, it actually says flip the record, just like the island. Up until recently, Battle Pass items were meant to be exclusive, so you couldn't get them any other way. But Fortnite lied, and in Season 6, you could actually buy the Wild Music Pack on its own for 200 V-Bucks. That wasn't the only time it happened either. And back in Chapter 5, Season 2, it happened again with the swim-free lobby track. On August 9th, amidst the general chaos of Season X, Fortnite secretly added a Borderlands POI, and it had some crazy features. The first of which, Lachlan noticed almost immediately upon entering the new Rift Zone.
Oh, because that's what happens in Borderlands, right? Your shield goes up like super quick.
You basically had infinite shield, and this had crazy effects on fights. You could crack someone's shield, or get hit pretty hard yourself, like Lachlan does here. But keep on pushing, because you would both get passively healed up by the time you would even get anywhere near the fight anyways. You literally didn't need heals. It was insane.
Everyone's got full shield at all time in the zone. It's actually kind of hectic fighting players.
But that wasn't the only thing crazy about this POI. Apart from the healing effect, there was also this.
What's that? What's cash? What can I use cash for? Excuse me, video game. Where do I spend the cash?
It turned out collecting cash was part of the Welcome to Pandora challenges, where players could unlock a bunch of free stuff like the Mayhem Wrap and Crunk Bunny sprays. When Fortnite dropped the Mortal Kombat Mythic, Nick grabbed it fast and instantly found a glitch with it that nobody saw coming.
As a sample run, here we go.
He discovered that if you grappled someone right as you were rifting, it would send them miles in the air.
There he is, dead.
But now it's time to try that on a real player.
This guy's real. Oh my god, no.
The Mythic was kind of slow to shoot, so it was easier said than done. But Nick was determined to make this happen.
Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, it didn't go to plan that time. And despite Nick's best efforts, after finding AI after AI after AI, it was looking like his chance to do the glitch was over. But Nick wasn't giving up. And as he made his way into the endgame, his luck finally turned.
They're right there. They're fighting each other. They're fighting each other.
The last two players were distracted. This was the perfect opportunity.
They're fighting. They're fighting. They're fighting. This is great. This is great. Ready? Ready, guys? Ready? 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 Boom. Got him. Got him. There he is. He's in the air. One more. You ready?
That was epic. But if Nick could use the glitch to get the victory royale, it would be next level.
Oh my god, please. Okay, here. Preemptively. You're dead. You're dead. There he is.
Winning in Fortnite is super tough, but in Chapter 2, Fortnite secretly changed that with the introduction of Slurpy Swamp. All you had to do was build a wall in this specific spot on the map, and you could glitch out the game into healing you at an insane rate, basically making you invincible and guaranteeing the win. With the release of Ranked, the community was excited at the idea of a new competitive game mode.
Bronze 3, let's go!
But it wasn't quite what Fortnite had told us it would be. It turns out, with enough patience, anyone could get Unreal Ranked. Laserbeam even managed to get it by doing literally nothing.
There's nothing more fun than not playing the game at all.
Every game he would do the same thing. Land in, find a spot to hide, and that's it. He didn't get a single elimination. It was ridiculous.
Yes! No kills! No wins! No movement!
Fortnite Battle Royale is famed for its cool and crazy looking skins, but Save the World has some pretty unique ones too, and Metal Team Leader is no exception. You could buy in a pack for $19.99, and some people bought it just for the skin. Fortnite should have probably mentioned they plan to release it later in the item shop just for 1,200 V-Bucks just a short while later. Launchpads. Usually if you were in a tight spot, these could really come in clutch. That is, unless you're playing Chapter 3, Season 3. Players were wondering why, all of a sudden, every time they hit a launch pad, they were getting absolutely fried out of the air. Turns out, there was a bug where anytime you placed a pad, its location would instantly ping to every player in the entire lobby. Meaning, instead of getting a sneaky, low-key rotate, you'd get absolutely lasered by everyone in the game. New skins coming to the item shop is always exciting. But when the shop reset in Chapter 5, Season 4, nobody could believe what they were seeing. It looked like you could purchase a bundle of the Moniker, Fortune, and Stash skins only for 1,200 V-Bucks? Unfortunately, when players purchased it, they actually only received Moniker, leaving many people feeling like they had just been completely scammed. In July 2024, Fortnite released an epic collaboration with Pirates of the Caribbean, with an awesome mini battle pass and the iconic Captain Jack Sparrow skin.
Ooh, oh, it's a Captain Jack Sparrow run. Oh, I'm being chased.
But there was a problem. Fortnite released it a week early and forgot to mention that if you bought it early, you couldn't even complete it, leaving players who did buy it feeling completely ripped off and frustrated. On the first day of Fortnite Remix, Nick A30 and Sancho West had an idea for an epic meme with remote explosive.
You just throw it under. Throw it under. I'm going to keep on jumping.
But while setting it up, Nick accidentally discovered something utterly insane.
Oh my god, I can double jump. I'm like double jumping. Whoa, I just triple jumped. Wait.
Nick found a glitch to bounce super high in the air, and he couldn't believe how easy it is to do.
I'm just spamming my jump. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
what?
we are really high up here, brother.
They kept getting higher and higher, and this made Sancho start to wonder something.
How far can we go,
I'm just doing
Nick?
this on my spacebar. I'm going to keep trying.
Let's see how high we can go.
Oh my gosh.
They wanted to test the limits, but they could have never have guessed what was about to happen.
Oh no, we're tilting now. We're shifting over. Oh, crap.
Oh.
But if you thought that was crazy, check this out.
Whoa!
Zebby had been launched into orbit and was completely mind blown at how this was happening.
What did this guy just do? What?
What goes up must come down, but they're about to go up again, and you won't believe what happens when they do.
Wait, can you do it again? Yeah.
They had rocketed up into the sky once more, but this time it was way crazier.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. He went back to last season.
They were nowhere to be seen, and after a while, it looked like they might never come down.
What? He's actually gone. Bro, he is gone.
Zemi waited and waited, but they had vanished into thin air and they were never seen again. Next up, we have a duo that cheated in a $10 million tournament. Nate Hill and Funk Bomb were doing great in the summer skirmish, right up until Funk Bomb said this.
Straight to your west.
Yeah, he's
like southwest. He's 30 health. I feel like this is cheating, but...
As it was an in-person tournament, Funk Bomb could see other people's screens and was relaying information to Nate Hill. This was pretty stupid, and it won't come to much of a surprise that Fortnite didn't take kindly to this, and not long after, Nate received some bad news and read it live on stream.
As the teammate and beneficiary, I'll be suspended.
Even though he had done nothing wrong himself, as he had benefited from his teammates' callouts, he had to be punished. And as for Funk Bomb,
Funk is kicked out of Dusty Dogs, effective immediately. Will not be eligible for club prizing.
He was immediately kicked from the team and banned from the tournament. Next up, we have Nick A30 with something absolutely crazy that no one had ever seen before.
Oh, what's up with my field of view? I'm like sideways running. Whoa, what is this?
He had a bug and his game had flipped completely backwards.
It looks like I can't move that way. It's not letting me. My FOV is messed up. No, you're joking. I move forward to go backwards and backwards to go forward.
Nick was in a bit of a spot. He managed to get a couple of splashes off, but you would have never have guessed what happens next.
No.
It was looking like the glitch was permanent, and this enemy was not giving up. But this is where Nick does the impossible.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
In Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite added bunkers across the map, promising top-tier loot.
No, I've actually got god loot, bro.
We've just all got instant loot.
And weapon mods. But what they didn't say is that there were also death traps. Out of nowhere, without any warning, a strange bug instantly eliminated players the second they got too close. And there was nothing they could do. Players who fell victim to the bug felt completely betrayed. But luckily, Fortnite acted quickly to fix it. Next up, we have one of the most controversial skins in Fortnite history. When Rue dropped in the item shop, people instantly noticed its similarities to certain historical uniforms. After hearing all of the complaints, Fortnite quietly took the skin out of rotation, and it's never been seen again. It's been 5 years since it was last in the item shop, and it's looking like it's never gonna come back, making it one of the rare skins in the item shop of all time. And for good reason. Next, we have Zemi. In Chapter 2, he was beaming with the Primal AR so hard that a lot of people actually started accusing him of aimbotting. He said that he just had good aim, but something was about to happen that he just couldn't explain.
I've been streaming this entire time, and I just got logged out in the middle of my game, and then when I got back in, I'm apparently banned for exploiting for it for a day.
Everyone thought he had been banned for cheating, but Zemi was sure that he was innocent, so he waited until the 24 hours were up and then he hopped back on. But something unbelievable was about to happen. He got banned again?
This is a joke, right? There's no way this happened again.
Zemi had gotten banned twice in a row, so it was looking like he might actually be cheating. But Zemi had a theory about what was really going on.
The reason I got banned the first time and the reason I got banned once again yesterday is almost 100% because people have been spam reporting me because of my aim. The clips that you guys are watching in the background is actually my clips that I've been posting on my socials like Instagram and TikTok. Ever since the clips started getting more exposure and more views, I've been constantly getting accused of soft aiming and aimbotting on Fortnite.
And it looks like Fortnite might have seen the video because thankfully after it was uploaded, Zemi did not get banned again. Next up, we have a super controversial skin that had the community in an uproar. Paradigm. Originally released at the end of Season X as a limited time offer, the skin became incredibly rare until Fortnite accidentally brought it back into the item shop in 2024. OG owners were upset, and Fortnite quickly tried to make amends by saying that they would remove the skin from the recent purchasers' lockers, but it wasn't fair on the people who have been waiting all those years to get it. Luckily, Fortnite listened to the community's feedback and changed their minds again, promising to create a brand new OG style for the original purchasers.
Reality Warrior, and the reality is, this is now a rare skin.
Making everybody happy.
Thank you, Epic, for the exclusive style. Appreciate it.
The original Paradigm skin isn't that rare anymore, but the OG style definitely is, with the only way to have ever gotten it being over 1,949 days ago. In April 2023, Clicks, a famous pro player, started his stream with a shocking announcement.
We have a lot to talk about.
Clicks was suited and booted, so it was clearly important, but what he was about to show his stream was absolutely shocking.
So let's just start real quick. I'm banned for 2 weeks. This means that I can't play this FNCS, and I also can't play the next FNCS.
This was insane, but Clicks was sure the ban was unfair, so he went into the replays to prove it.
This is the game that I was banned for. Since the start, he was following me, shooting me. He did over 350 damage to me the whole entire game.
This default was acting pretty weird towards Clicks, but believe it or not, he's only just getting started.
He tends to splash me, so right here, he's literally splashing me. Throws another splash at me. Throws another splash at me. Then he continues to stand still and he ODMs me.
This player was clearly following Clicks around and trolling him. But what was about to happen next was maybe taking things a step too far.
Okay, right here, I literally said,
"You're in my stream! Smash me now!"
Okay, splash me.
So far, Clicks has done nothing wrong. But here's where he makes a stupid mistake.
Come here and max my metal. I swear to God. Matt, drop the metal now! You stream sniping!
Clicks is trying to prove that this guy's stream sniping, but he might have gotten a bit carried away. Clicks dropped down there and actually picked up the loot, but the stream sniper wasn't done yet.
And you guys can say, oh, you shouldn't have took the loot. I understand that 100%. But he actually followed me right here. Sits in my wall, goes up and down, and lets me kill him, okay? Lets me kill him. So no matter what, chat, I would have got all the loot that he gave me, and I went on to win the game.
Clix has already put forward a good case, but this final piece of evidence, nobody could believe.
This is his perspective. And if you listen closely, I'm not going to talk. You can hear my stream in the background. Comes.
At this point, there was no doubt. It was looking like an open and shut case.
I'm in here.
Now, all he needs was to get Epic's attention, and he had the perfect plan to make it happen.
I'm going to tweet out free clicks. Thank you guys for supporting me. I love you guys.
Hashtag free clicks went viral, and it seemed like the whole community wanted Clix to get unbanned. But unfortunately, he had still broken the rules, and Epic actually upheld the ban. Before the Zapatron was re-released in OG, most players would have done anything to get their hands on it. So when a red versus blue map popped up with the Zapatron in the thumbnail, the community went wild. But unfortunately, it turns out things weren't quite as they seemed. To unlock the Zapatron, players had to solve a tricky puzzle. First, they had to find out the secret code, then navigate a super confusing set of mystery doors. Finally, after solving the puzzle, the Zapatron was theirs. Or was it? Sadly, it turned out to be a total scam. Even though it looked like the Zapatron, it was actually just a reskinned railgun all along. Misleading players like this is a big no-no in Fortnite. So the creators were forced to remove every trace of their bogus Zapatron from the map and the thumbnail before facing a permanent ban. In the Marvel universe, only those who are deemed worthy can wield Thor's hammer. So it's a nice little detail that in Fortnite, only Thor and Captain America can use the Mjolnir pickaxe. That was until Chapter 5 Season 4, when players discovered they could suddenly equip it with Moon Knight skin too? Turns out it was supposed to be that way all along. Although Moon Knight isn't worthy to wield the hammer, it's made from Uru metal, an ore made from the first moon in existence. And since Moon Knight has the powers of Khonshu, the god of the moon, he has total control over it. Fortnite is very vocal about the fact that skins don't give a competitive advantage and are purely cosmetic, but they never mention the disadvantages. And some skins are literally pay to lose. Check out Boba Fett's starship. It blocks half of your screen. Or Frostwing. It's massive and shoots ice blasts. Talk about making yourself an easy target. Perhaps the worst of all though is the Millennium Falcon. Fortnite didn't mention it practically flashbangs you every time you deploy it, making it totally unusable for a lot of players. In Chapter 1 Season 8, in the video we're running a promotion where selected new graphics cards came bundled with an exclusive Fortnite cosmetic, including the absolutely epic Reflex skin. Or at least that's what was supposed to happen. Before the promotion even started, Fortnite made one of the biggest goofs of all time, accidentally releasing Reflex into the item shop.
That's crazy. They put the Reflex skin in. I actually didn't think they would do that.
Luckily, they were quick to spot the mistake and wasted no time cooking up the new Stealth Reflex skin for those who qualified for the original offer. And since the skin was only available with the purchase of a new graphics card, it's insanely rare.
I've got it. Come on.
Stringles is an awesome cartoon style pickaxe, but it has a cool detail where it starts off looking happy, but the more you farm with it, the more it gets beat up. This next one hits especially hard if you've been playing Fortnite for a while. Back in the day, owning rare cosmetics actually meant something.
That's it. That's the recon expert.
You had the Galaxy skin, you were a legend.
That looks so effing cool.
Renegade Raider, instant flex. Content creators would even make whole videos around showing them off with their exclusive gear. But now, Fortnite's tossing all that in the trash. Skins that were once rare are starting to return, like starter packs from years ago are suddenly showing up in the item shop again completely without warning. PlayStation exclusives, not so exclusive anymore. OG Renegade Raider, back in the shop.
They actually added it!
And the wildest part, sometimes Fortnite has even brought things back for way less than they originally cost. That Chapter 2 Season 1 starter pack, OGs back in the day paid $4.99. But when it came back in 2024, it was just $4.49? 50 cents cheaper? So yeah, Fortnite didn't just kill exclusivity, they put it on sale. Here we have Nick830. He loves to run custom games with his viewers, but unfortunately, he wasn't gonna love what was about to happen this time.
I gotta try to land in the center.
He often sets up epic wins, but this one was looking like it was gonna be the best one yet. But someone was hiding, so he didn't get the win. They had completely ruined it, and Nick830 was determined to make sure it didn't happen again.
Some people are getting banned in that one.
So Nick loaded up the replay, but he could have never expected who he was about to find.
Okay, who's the one that was slap splashing? Because I'm banning that guy.
Sometimes, people claim that famous content creators and pro players get special treatment when it comes to this kind of thing. But after watching this, I don't think so.
This guy's not even below 20 HP, so you're gone. I'm not even messing around. That crawl guy, he's gone for pickaxing. You're done.
A couple of normal bans, but this is where he finally finds them.
Booga, I don't even care who that was. You're banned, brother. Like, I don't really care, dude. Don't join my customs if you're not gonna follow the rules. I don't care if you have followers or not.
In Chapter 3, Season 3, Fortnite released an awesome new pickaxe called the Dragon Rune Lance as part of the Battle Pass. But this pickaxe had a hidden secret that pros figured out in no time.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
If you had the pickaxe out, nobody could hear your footsteps at all. They didn't even show up on visual audio. You could walk right up behind someone, take them by surprise, and there was nothing they could do.
Dude is so broken.
Fortnite has always said pickaxes are all the same and don't grant any competitive advantages, but this one certainly did. And getting eliminated to players exploiting the bug felt like a total ripoff. Back in Chapter 2, Cypher PK was playing random squads, or so he thought.
Hey guys, what are we in the same game?
Do you understand Spanish?
Somehow, there was an extra player on his team. Cypher had queued up to troll random squads with an insane glitch. So this took him by surprise, but he knew what had to be done.
Anyone have Shockwave? I want to show you a cool trick.
And fortunately, it didn't take long for him to find some.
Get in the car.
What is your name?
My name is Cypher.
But getting a squad to cooperate was going to be easier said than done.
Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. In the car. I want to show you a trick. You need to be in el carro.
It wasn't easy, but eventually they got the message. And finally it was time to show off the crazy glitch. It was pretty simple to do, but very effective. And they couldn't believe it.
What?
I know, right?
It had sent them flying, but Cypher wasn't satisfied yet. And he thought maybe he could do even better.
We can do it again. We can do it again.
So he lined it up and then let it rip.
We are the champions.
But that's not the only time a glitch has sent someone flying. Next up, we have Nick Merck.
Knock, knock, knock.
He was playing a tournament with Nick A30 and Clicks, but he could have never have imagined what was about to happen. He was slaying out, picking up a ton of elims, until... He got snuck up on and was devastated. But little did he know, it had actually got him a front row seat to one of the most insane things to ever happen in Fortnite history.
Play left.
There's one to your left, only one.
Wait,
Look
what?
at this, Clicks.
What just happened?
Just relax. Everything's okay, okay? Guys, everything's...
Clicks' shockwave had glitched him and sent him pretty much into orbit. And when Nick A30 started spectating, he couldn't believe it.
Wait, how did you do that?
We love Fortnite.
Clicks had an idea on how he could save himself from the fall damage.
No way! No way!
But unfortunately, the shockwave just didn't go off in time. In Season 4, Fortnite dropped Thanos onto the island, and it was absolutely insane. If you were lucky enough to find the Infinity Gauntlet, you'd literally become Thanos.
This is the best day of my life.
With 1,000 health and insane OP weaponry, basically guaranteeing the win. It was so much fun.
Eat my lasers! This is the most epic thing in the world.
And players were devastated when Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet were removed. But then, in Chapter 2, Season 6, he finally came back. Well, sort of. Someone stumbled upon a glitch in creative to somehow get the Infinity Gauntlet, and players were hyped.
Oh, we got Thanos again in Fortnite!
At first, it seemed like one of the greatest discoveries in the history of Fortnite. But little did they know, creating a map with this glitch wasn't just a bannable offense, it was illegal. Fortnite has strict contracts and licensing agreements with Marvel for collaborations like Thanos, and playing around with the Infinity Gauntlet wasn't just breaking the rules, it was breaking that legal contract. So not only could you get banned, you could potentially get yourself and Fortnite into big legal trouble. So while the Infinity Gauntlet might have been the ultimate power, trying to get it could end up paying the ultimate price. In Chapter 5, Season 2, Laserbeam did the impossible, setting an insane new record for the fastest speedrun from unranked all the way to Unreal.
Unreal! Yes, boys!
But little did he know, it would actually end up leading to someone getting banned? It all started 2 seasons later with Courage.
Laserbeam did this in 10 hours, 23 minutes, and 4 seconds, which I have a timer right here.
He'd got wind of the record and assembled a squad of insanely cracked players to beat it.
I think we got this.
But Courage had other ideas about what their names should be for the speedrun.
Here's our names, guys. Laser is
getting banned for harassment. It's over.
Laser got no beams. Laser smells. Lachlan is my dad.
Noah was right. Someone was getting banned, but for something way stupider. Courage started the timer and they got to work, easily catching the first win with an insane 44 eliminations. And they followed it up with W after W, zooming through the ranks.
Nice!
But this is where something absolutely crazy happens. They had dropped a ton of elims, Pen in particular, but then it happened.
I got kicked out of the game.
What? Okay, now I actually have to try.
Oh no.
At this point, it could have been just a simple disconnection. But Npen was about to see something unbelievable.
Yeah, I was removed from the match for cheating. I got banned for hacking.
Did you actually get removed? He got banned for hacking.
Wait, what?
Npen wasn't too worried about the account he was playing on. But then, he realized something terrible.
No, I'm gonna get banned on my main account.
Are you actually?
Yes, and right before FNCS.
Maybe it wasn't the best idea to do a ranked speedrun on alt accounts right before the biggest tournament of the season. In Chapter 2, Fortnite announced Travis Scott's Astronomical, a one-of-a-kind in-game event featuring Travis himself and a bunch of awesome cosmetics to go along with it.
Whoa, here's your event gear. Enjoy Astronomical? What?
Including the Headbanger and Rage emotes. Based on Travis in real life, and with a sample from Sicko Mode as the audio, players immediately fell in love with Headbanger.
Oh, no way.
And it was only in the item shop for 5 days. Players who missed out were gutted. And while they could pretend, deep down they couldn't wait for it to return to the item shop. But unfortunately, following the concert tragedy and other controversies Travis Scott has been involved in, Fortnite hasn't brought back Headbanger back to the item shop ever again. It was last seen in the item shop 1,695 days ago, making it super rare. And although Tim Sweeney, Epic Games founder and CEO, has said Travis Scott is welcome in Fortnite, that was over a year ago. So it's probably safe to say it's gonna stay super rare forever. But maybe not quite as rare as the Rage Emo.
Oh, okay.
It was available for free when players completed the astronomical challenges, but they were only available for a short time in Chapter 2 Season 2, and will never return. So while there's still a small chance Headbanger could return, Rage is set to remain rare forever. Some of you might recognize this skin, iconic. It was exclusive for the Galaxy S10 owners back in OG Fortnite, and everyone wanted it.
Oh, is that the announcement?
Yeah, what's up, baby?
So much that some people even bought the phone just for the skin. So it won't come to a surprise that those who had spent a lot of money for the skin were outraged, when without telling anyone, Fortnite added it into the item shop for free. It was only in the shop if you were on Android, and it was only in the game for an hour. But if you somehow managed to get it, Fortnite actually let you keep it. It was awesome for those lucky few, but the OG owners weren't too happy. OG Fortnite was so fun the first time it was released. Players were gutted when it ended, and they feared it would never return. But did you know, Fortnite actually teased the release of the permanent mode all the way back in the very first trailer? The Tilted Towers clock was stuck at 6 o'clock, which is technically 6 and 12, the date of OG Fortnite's return, the 6th of December. So there was no need to worry after all. Next up, we have one of the most famous emotes of all time, for the wrong reasons. Laugh It Up. When it first dropped in Season 4, it seemed harmless.
Why is this so funny though?
But pretty soon, players started using it to troll and mock their opponents. And it didn't take long for the goofy sound to turn into something that would send shivers down most players' spines. Even vending machines were getting upset. But it hasn't been seen in the item shop for over 942 days. It seems like Fortnite are avoiding anything that can cause bad vibes these days. So this one could be locked away in the vault forever? In Chapter 5, Nick 830 found himself with a huge problem.
I can't get out. I can't get out. Bro, it's not letting me get out.
Little did he know, this would lead to him finding one of the most OP glitches of all time.
It's not letting me get out. I can't get out of this car. Oh my god. I gotta sink it, I think.
It was a good idea, but this is when it happened.
It's kind of annoying that Wait, what? I can't get out of it.
He was totally stuck.
Wait, what?
But little did he know, he wouldn't get stuck for long. And soon, Nick would discover one of the most broken glitches in Fortnite history.
Is there anything I can do here? Yo, what? Okay, there we go. Oh, well.
Nick couldn't move at all. But then, he spotted something insane.
I'm not taking any damage.
This was bonkers. Nick was totally mind blown.
Yeah, I'm invincible. I'm gonna win the game.
There wasn't much he could do, so he found a fun way to pass time, but he could have never guessed what was gonna happen next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It disappears. And this guy is about to die probably in a few seconds.
But Nick could have never imagined who he was going up against.
Any second now.
At first, he thought they might just be doing something simple, like popping medkits or bandages.
Oh, he's probably healing. And here we go.
But as time went on, Nick started to get less sure he was going to get the free win.
And here we go. Wait, what is he doing? Wait, this is so weird. What?
That was crazy. And Nick couldn't wait to check the replays to find out what had happened.
He popped one medkit.
It turned out they had a crazy amount of medkits, but they were no match for Nick's insane glitch. In Chapter 3, Season 3, Fortnite dropped the awesome Blow Blades pickaxe as part of a limited time set to celebrate FNCS. They were promised it would only be in the item shop for FNCS, and once it was gone, it would be gone forever. But in Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite brought it back, and the community was shocked. Some players were hyped to grab an OG pickaxe, but the original buyers, they were furious the rare pickaxe wasn't rare anymore. In the build up to OG, Fortnite promised subscribers of Fortnite Crew that they would get the OG Battle Pass for free, but that wasn't exactly true. When the launch date finally rolled around and subscribers logged in excited to start completing the pass, they found out they didn't have it, and many ended up spending even more V-Bucks to unlock it. Turns out, all they had to do was restart their game and it would have appeared, but Fortnite never told anybody that, and it left tons of players feeling totally scammed. Guardians of the Galaxy fans were stoked when they saw Rocket in the Chapter 2 Season 4 Battle Pass, but they had no idea just how awesome and insanely detailed he would be. He holds his breath when you go underwater, gets bored when you're emoting, and even shakes his head in disappointment if you get eliminated to fall damage. Back in Chapter 3, Cypher PK, Courage, Ninja, and Wildcat ran into the craziest hacker anyone had ever seen, flying all around the map, aimbotting everyone in sight. It started out just like any other game, but pretty soon Courage and the boys started dropping like flies.
I just died so fast.
Then Ninja and Wildcat got absolutely deleted too. Somehow Cypher made it out alive, got the cards, and hit the reboot. This was insane, but the hacker did not take kindly to Cypher's heroics and was back in a flash.
Oh, they're here. They're here. What? He's shooting me while he's... Oh, he's hacking, bro. That's actually crazy. He's hacking.
The hacker destroyed them all in seconds, and this was shocking enough. But then Cypher noticed something absolutely crazy.
Dude, we're his only kills. That's the crazy part. Is that he hacked just for us.
The hacker had stream sniped them just to meme and mess around for the stream. He started off singing to them while flying, but he took a ton of storm damage, and this is where he might have made a mistake.
No. No.
Oh my god!
The hacker almost eliminated themselves with a gas can, but they aren't done yet. Somehow this hacker was about to mess up even worse.
You can tell he's nervous. Well, he's going to storm. No.
And if that wasn't embarrassing enough, things were about to go from bad to worse for this cheater.
Hey, Courage, suspect apprehended. A player you've reported has had action taken against him for negative behavior.
In Season 9, Fortnite introduced Fort Bites, which players could collect by completing quests and challenges to unlock some awesome rewards. There were 100 in total, and those few dedicated players who grinded through the countless challenges to get all the way up to 90 unlocked a secret skin, Singularity.
Who got this skin? No one got this skin.
Since the skin was hidden behind some of Fortnite's most time-consuming challenges and could only be earned in Season 9, it remains one of the rare skins of all time. In Chapter 4 Season 1, Fortnite introduced the Shotgun Striker perk, and players were hyped.
That's actually huge.
The idea was simple. You would get healed every time you shot an enemy player. But Fortnite made a big mistake. It worked fine in solos, but in team game modes, it was absolute chaos. For some reason, the perk worked on teammates as well as enemies, meaning you could heal up infinitely and become basically unstoppable. It was a super fun glitch if you were the one abusing it. He was probably so confused right there. But for the rest of the lobby, it felt like a total scam. On December 27th, 2024, fans of Billie Eilish were hyped to see the "You Should See Me in a Crown" emote in the Fortnite item shop, or so they thought. Turns out, Fortnite used the wrong icon. It wasn't Billie's emote at all. It was Outlaw instead. Sure, Fortnite fixed it pretty quickly, but for some players, it was too little too late. They had bought it thinking it was something else entirely, and ended up stuck with an emote that they didn't even want. In Chapter 5, Season 3, something unbelievable happened. PC and Switch players were getting instantly kicked from the game just for entering the desert? Some players didn't even make a glide in for the battle bus before getting booted, and needless to say, players were not happy. Fans of Sabrina Carpenter were hyped when out of nowhere, Caffeinated, an emote featuring her hit song Espresso, hit the item shop. But there was a problem. For some reason, the song played at warp speed, and players who bought the emote expected the version they knew and loved were super disappointed. Fortunately, Fortnite had heard their complaints and fixed it to play at regular speed, but that ended up causing even more drama. Players who previewed it and they actually liked the fast version felt like they got totally scammed, and it's unlikely they'll ever get back their beloved speed up version back. In Chapter 5 Season 4, eagle-eyed shoppers spotted a crazy bargain in the item shop. The Dragon Ball Gear Bundle had been upgraded to now also include the Nimbus Cloud Glider 2. Since the glider usually costs 800 V-Bucks on its own, grabbing the full bundle for just 1800 seemed like a no-brainer. Players rushed to buy it, only to find out they had been totally scammed. The glider wasn't actually included. After tons of complaints, Fortnite finally granted players the Nimbus Cloud, but the damage was already done. If they hadn't have spoken up, they probably would have never gotten it at all. With the release of the Xbox Series X and S, an awesome new matte black style for the Master Chief skin was added to the game.
It looks smart. It looks epic. I think it's my favorite.
And Fortnite said after buying the skin in the item shop, the black style could be unlocked by playing a game of Fortnite on one of the two consoles at any time. It was super easy to do, and people were excited to unlock the awesome new style. Eventually, the skin left the item shop, but when it returned 934 days later, Fortnite made a huge mistake. They tweeted saying the black style was no longer unlockable. Players freaked out, and rightfully so. Fortnite had gone back on their word, and people who had bought the skin before the announcement felt like they had been totally ripped off. Luckily, Fortnite got the message pretty quick, and they made the black style unlockable the very next day. Since the launch of UFN and the Creator Fund, map making has become potentially extremely profitable. But sadly, with the quote from Cypher PK,
when there's money involved, people sometimes get a little shady, and that is what I personally experienced.
Cypher PK and his team at Superjoy Studios have created some banger maps over the years. And for their next big project, Cypher had a goated idea. He noticed that maps with hero abilities were gaining popularity. So what a better way to let players have fun than with a red versus blue map. Having already gained experience creating superhero maps with Super City, Cypher and Superjoy crafted a total masterpiece. This map was insanely fun, and after a super successful launch day, Cypher went to bed a champion. But after he woke up, he was hit with a nasty surprise.
When I woke up this morning, I was completely shocked at what I saw.
Instead of seeing his map blowing up, he found someone had completely copied it, even stealing his exact thumbnail and tricking players into thinking the fake map was even his.
So obviously, his new map ended up getting more players than our map with the stolen thumbnail. He then even promoted this new map using my thumbnail that my team made in both of his top maps that have tens of thousands of players.
This was insane because not only is it against the rules, it's also illegal.
We're talking about actual theft.
In Fortnite Remix, Nick A30 was messing around with the cars, but someone started taking shots, and he didn't take too kindly to it.
I'm coming for you now. I'm a monster truck. Look at me.
But little did he know, he was about to find one of the worst glitches in Fortnite history.
Wow, I can't jump. It's not letting me jump.
Nick was in a tight spot. The glitch had basically made it so he couldn't move, and the player that he was up against was a total sweat.
This is awkward, I'm not gonna lie.
But even though he had one of the worst bugs in Fortnite history, Nick isn't giving up without a fight.
I don't know what to do. I can't shoot him, Epic. Epic, something's wrong. I am so confused.
When you buy a skin, you expect to be able to use it. So when owners of the Jack Skellington skin logged into the Save the World after the new update and found out that they couldn't use it, they were outraged. It was eventually added back, but then almost a year later, it was disabled again, and this time it stayed disabled for months. Players were furious, especially since many had bought the skin to use specifically during the Christmas season. It felt like a total scam. Winning in Fortnite is never easy, but did you know that there was actually a way to get wins completely free? All you had to do was hire an NPC, quickly dismiss them before you died, and then spectate until the end of the game. It was as easy as that. It wasn't long until Fortnite patched it, but a few chapters later, there was another even more insane glitch to get free wins again. Someone found a secret way to unlock the car before getting the medallion, and once you got it, the car was completely invincible. As long as you didn't get out of the car, you were basically guaranteed the victory royale. On September 6, 2021, Fortnite released an Icon Series emote nobody saw coming. Stuck. Noted for the bold public image and lyrics, Cardi B was the last person people expected Fortnite to collaborate with. And although the emote was family friendly, some players were convinced they could hear a curse word, which caused a huge controversy. Because of this, after the emote left Item Shop, it never returned. Over 1,200 days later, it's still not been back. So it's starting to look like it might never return, and this emote will be insanely rare. Now onto the machine pistol. The first time people saw it, Fortnite had actually added it by accident into solid gold, but it wasn't even gold rarity. It was gray. This was strange, but even at the lowest rarity in the game, it still shredded.
That pistol action.
Yeah, we shredded him.
Players couldn't wait to try it, but Fortnite didn't tell anyone it was only going to be in the game for an hour. So sadly, a lot of people missed out.
Epic already probably knows about it, and they're fixing it right now as we speak. So it's like any game now, I'm going to play and it's going to be gone.
Fortunately, it did eventually come back, but this time it was available all the way up to gold. It was absolutely wild.
But it shreds at close range. Holy shoot.
With some of the highest DPS of all time.
It has a lot of damage, dude.
But unfortunately, Fortnite quickly realized it was too overpowered, and they nerfed it into the ground. So a lot of people never got to experience firsthand just how insane it actually was. Next on our list, we have Nick A30. He was playing solos and got off to a great start. But unfortunately for him, there was a secret boss in this game way more powerful than Peter.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here now. I didn't get the shotgun.
It was actually a pro player, N-Pen. He won the fight, but unfortunately for him, Nick A30 had been getting hassled by stream snipers all day, and he had had enough. So he reported him, and it didn't take long for Epic to get the message.
Did I get banned? Oh no. Oh, it's for cheating. Oh.
I'm not sure why he said cheating, but he seemed to have a pretty good idea of what happened.
Nick A30 probably reported me.
In December 2018, PlayStation released an exclusive pack containing the Prodigy skin and the Tabulator backbling. 5 years later, people on the other platforms would finally have the opportunity to buy the backbling as part of a locker bundle. Or so they thought. Even though Fortnite showed it in the item shop, it wasn't actually part of the bundle at all. Did you know that in Season 9, someone found a crazy glitch to get a secret weapon that Fortnite never even told anyone existed? The Storm Scout Sniper was a new sniper with some crazy unique features.
A mini map on it? What the heck?
But there was a problem. The glitch only worked in creative, and there was no storm. It didn't work properly at all.
I'm still not too sure what the arrow means. See the arrow on the top? Maybe it's glitched.
It wasn't until later on the season, when it finally released for real, that people got to try it out, and it was insane. Revealing future storm circles and doing tons of damage. Fortnite can be full of surprises, and this is no exception. Not too long ago, people started reporting they were receiving the rare Psycho Bandit skin completely randomly. Nobody could figure out what was happening until this tweet from Ginger Froggy. It turns out, if you didn't start playing Fortnite until after the promotion ended, you didn't get the skin. Until 5 years later? In Chapter 5 Season 4, Fortnite had added a ton of mobility items, and Typical Gamer made an astonishing discovery with them.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the jetpack to go up.
He found that if you combine Shuri's Black Panther claws with the jetpack and Iron Man's flight kit, you can fly up unbelievably high.
Oh my goodness! What the flip?
But believe it or not, TG's only just getting started, and he had a crazy idea of what to do next.
I'm gonna hit somebody with the longest thunder pump of all time. That's what's gonna happen.
He had to wait until it was the last player, so he just kept on climbing. Until eventually it was a 1v1, and it was finally time to try and hit the thunder pump from space.
Okay, I think I'm high enough. I think I gotta drop down. I'm going for it. All systems are a go. I'm dropping! The ultimate thunder pump. I don't know if I'm actually gonna reach the ground in time.
If TG couldn't land before storm closes, it would be all for nothing. But luckily, he started picking up speed, and it was looking like it might actually be possible.
I'm coming, Bob! Hello!
Somehow, as TG was falling, the last player must have heard him. He managed to get the thunder pump off, but it didn't eliminate them, and they weren't going down without a fight. But with some determination, eventually TG picked up the W.
Let's go! We did it!
Gold is a valuable in-game currency that you can use for all kinds of stuff, from buying big pots to hiring NPCs. But did you know Fortnite secretly made it way easier? It looks as if the only items you can get from betting machines are displayed for sale, but that's a total lie. If you throw an EMP at one, it'll spit out a pile of gold, and you can do it over and over and over. In Chapter 5 Season 3, someone even found out an insane trick with it. You could take it to the next level. Since the battle bus has a built-in EMP, you can park it next to a vending machine, spam it infinitely, and get max gold in no time. downtime. Usually when you buy a bundle and already own one of the items, Fortnite gives you a discount. But when the Shack bundle hit the item shop, things worked a little differently. If you had already owned the Axlifier, the bundle still charged full price, meaning you basically paid for the same thing twice. It was a total scam, and Fortnite promised they'd make things right by refunding the players who didn't get the discount. But even now, some players are saying they never got their V-Bucks back, and it's still not clear if Fortnite ever properly fixed it. When the Street Shine pickaxe first hit the item shop, players were amazed by its bright, vibrant colors. But there was something even more amazing hidden in the edit styles. While the default and rainbow styles were meant to be included, Fortnite had made a massive mistake and accidentally added the lava style too. When they realized, they disabled the pickaxe entirely while they fixed it, leaving players who had just bought it unable to use it and feeling totally ripped off. During Chapter 5 Season 4, Fortnite added Chemergy boost to the item shop, and Rocket League players were outraged. Turns out the boost was meant to be an exclusive reward from a Rocket League tournament, so competitors who earned it the hard way were furious to see it in the Fortnite item shop. Luckily, Epic quickly added a new version, the Chemergency boost, just for the tournament winners. But let's be real, Fortnite doesn't always make things right that fast. But believe it or not, Fortnite has tried sneaky tricks like this before. When the amazing Chapter 2 remix dropped, it came with a brand new music pass, featuring none other than Snoop Dogg himself. At 1,400 V-Bucks, it seemed like a great deal, and players rushed to buy it, only to be charged 2,800 V-Bucks instead? Turns out, if you spam the purchase button, it would glitch out and charge you twice, turning a sick deal into a total ripoff. Next up, we have Somerset. She was playing creative to warm up, but when she exited back to the lobby, she was in for a nasty surprise. She had been banned, and no one could believe the reason why.
Because of teaming? When the hell have I ever teamed? I stream everything. I stream everything, bro.
But Somerset wasn't the only one who was worried.
Wait, why is that banned? Why is that banned? Why is that banned? Why is that banned?
Fortunately, it didn't take long for chat to fill Clicks in on what had happened.
Teaming.
And this had Clicks absolutely shook. He quickly realized that he might have been banned too, and Batman Booga thought he had found a clip of what they had been banned for.
Guard me. Hold the walls. I'm not cheating. I don't give a... Chat, I'm not cheating. You.
Who was apparently playing with Somerset at the time and clearly teaming, so things were not looking good.
So, you know, Epic Games, if you're watching right now, bro, I'm gonna be honest right now, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was joking, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
there was nothing more he could say. But luckily, it turned out he wasn't banned, and it was a total accident. When Fortnite realized what they had done, it only took them an hour to unban everyone. Good thing too, because this happened right before FNCS. Some of you OGs might remember the semi-auto sniper rifle. It was decent back in the day, but when it was brought back in Fortnite OG, Fortnite had secretly changed it, and it was super overpowered. At only blue rarity, it did 101 damage to the body and 250 to the head, enough to make it one-shot headshot even in zero builds. If someone headshotted you with it, there was nothing you could do. It felt like a total ripoff when this thing eliminated you. They didn't say why, but thankfully Fortnite removed it from the game pretty fast. In Chapter 3 Season 3, Dragon Ball Z hit the Fortnite island and anime fans were going wild. It had everything, from Goku and the insane Kamehameha Mythic to quests that let you unlock Charging Up, Boosting Key, Shenron,
We got it!
and Dragon Radar, all completely free. The only downside, the quest didn't last forever. And if you missed out, Fortnite had a sneaky trick up its sleeve. They dropped the Dragon Ball Power Bundle in the item shop for 2,300 V-Bucks. Some players were happy to get a second chance, but for others, it felt like a total scam. Fortnite was now selling items that used to be 100% free and charging a premium price for them too. In Chapter 2, FNCS, two of the top teams with millions in combined earnings were contesting each other at Slurpee Swamp, and it was looking like a crazy off-spawn fight. Or at least that's what they wanted everyone to think. But when their plan worked a little too well, and they ended up getting first and second place on the leaderboard, people started to investigate.
All right, out and open. Hey, I see a player.
It turns out they were having fake fights at the same place every game, trading damage, healing up with the slurp mushrooms, and then going on their way. They would never knock an enemy player ever, because they weren't really enemies. They did it over and over every single game of the entire tournament. It was ridiculous.
All these players here, and they still engage right here at the same time every single game. 5 minutes, 30 seconds in, they're right here doing the same thing.
They were doing this to get free Storm Surge and save shields for the endgame, which gave them a huge advantage. So Epic handed them out a 60-day ban, the longest temporary ban in Fortnite history. When the Yoda backbling hit the item shop, Star Wars fans went crazy for it. But it didn't take long for players to realize something was seriously wrong. Turns out, doing the Zoidberg Scuffle emote while wearing the Yoda backbling would completely crash your game, and sometimes even your teammates too. Fortnite acted fast, but what they did shocked everyone. Instead of disabling the emote, which had already been in the game for months by this point, they disabled the brand new Yoda backbling, the one everyone just paid for. Players were furious. They couldn't use what they had just bought, and to make it even worse, Fortnite could have just easily disabled the Zoidberg Scuffle instead. You might be familiar with Midas, an awesome skin with a special effect where everything you pick up turns to gold. That is, unless you're playing the Bodyguard LTM, where no matter what skin you use, Fortnite automatically makes them wear gloves. So, because Midas doesn't actually touch anything, he can't turn any weapons to gold. The effect works with Midas' daughter too, Marigold, but it's not just the items they turn gold. If you've ever tried to gas up a car as either of them, you might have noticed it actually works in the gas pumps too. Did you know that there is a secret map to instantly unlock Renegade Raider? And not just for that map, you got to keep it forever in your locker and use it in regular games. With the release of Fortnite OG Season 1, Fortnite shocked the world by bringing back OG Season Shop.
Oh my goodness gracious.
And with it came some of the rare skins in the game, including, you guessed it, Renegade Raider.
Oh my goodness, she's here!
The community was mind blown and couldn't wait to get their hands on a real OG skin.
Oh my gosh!
But there was a catch. Players needed an utterly insane amount of XP to unlock it, and that's where things got sketchy. Creative map makers spotted an opportunity and started cranking out XP glitch maps as fast as possible. While some were total scams to just waste your time, a lot of them actually worked, letting players grind millions of XP in minutes. Unfortunately, to take advantage of this, players had to act fast. Fortnite wasn't having any of it and quickly started patching XP glitches, banning the maps, and even copyright striking YouTube channels that were promoting them. Some creators even had their entire channels deleted just for talking about these maps. In the end, Fortnite made one thing clear. If you want a Renegade Raider, you were gonna have to earn it the hard way. Next, we have Oatly. He was doing absolutely amazing in a cash cup, and it was looking like he could for sure get first place. Until this happened.
Did not expect that. Wait, that gun is...
Huh? They had infinite spray and didn't have to reload? It didn't make any sense.
What?
And Oatly started getting suspicious.
That's a lot more than 30 bullets.
So he went into the replay to investigate, but he could have never imagined what he was about to find.
Oh, what? And he's got the MTS pickaxe.
This was before it was in the item shop, so Oatly was super confused how they could have it.
What am I looking at on my screen? Why do I see 1,000 eliminations?
But this is where he finally sees the crazy hacks that will blow your mind.
Okay, hold up. What? Let me just go back a bit, guys. I think my replay's bugged.
But it wasn't a bug. They were moving at super speed and Oatly couldn't believe it.
Whoa, hold up. We got a new cheat right now in the game. We got a speed cheat. Whoa. We got a speed cheat and an infinite spray cheat. Whoa, hold up. Is Nitro back or something? What is this?
And now, Oatly's finally about to see how he got eliminated.
Whoa! Skilly sure, GG, go try. Better luck next time, Oatly.
They had brand new cheats nobody had ever seen before.
Bro, what is this? Oh, wow.
They for sure had some insane hacks, so we reported them, and luckily they got banned soon after.
So I did die to a cheater.
Next up, we have Cypher PK.
I got the stone fit right here.
Cypher's plan was to pretend to be a Greek statue and catch someone off guard. So he got in his position, and it didn't take long for his first unsuspecting victim to come along.
Little broski, you know I gotta get it.
Fortnite banned skins for being too camouflaged, so it wouldn't be surprising if this skin got banned too. At this Greek god themed POI, it worked perfectly, so Cypher decided to try it one more time.
That's him. That's a sweat skin too.
And I don't think it'll come to much of a surprise that it worked perfectly again. The lowriders were awesome.
Wait, that's insane!
But a lot of players were loving this small detail in particular. If you turned on the radio, it started to dance along with the music with its hydraulics. Sometimes, even free skins can be rare, and Indigo Kuno is no exception. The only way to get this skin was to place as one of the best teams in the Fortnite Generations Cup, a one-off tournament sponsored by Sony. And you couldn't just play on anything. You had to be on a PlayStation to enter. It's been over 1,515 days since the tournament, and there hasn't been another way to get it since. So if you see the skin in game, just know that it's insanely rare. And you're probably going up against an absolute console demon. In Chapter 5, Typical Gamer was slaying out in solos, chasing that ever so sweet 20 bomb. He was comfortably picking up his 19th elim, and things were looking good. But when it came to finding the last player, that would be a totally different story entirely.
No, genuinely, where's the last guy? Like, where could they be hiding? I checked literally everywhere, didn't I? Am I going mad? Actually confused.
TG had checked everywhere a normal player could go, but there was one thing he hadn't accounted for.
Bro, what am I looking at? Wait, actually, what is that? They're gliding still. Wait, what?
Typical Gamer had no idea what he was looking at, so there was only one thing to do for it. Build up and investigate.
Wait, what did I just discover?
This was impossible, and on the way up, he started to get suspicious.
I think this guy's hacking. Oh my, he's just flying. He's flying. What the heck?
But as TG built up, the closer he got, the stranger it became.
Bro, what am I looking at?
This was strange enough already, but TG was about to discover something absolutely mind-boggling.
I can't go up any higher.
He built all the way up to height limit, and somehow, this guy's even higher. This is one powerful gamer, and unfortunately for TG, he was about to face up in the final 1v1 for the W.
Wait. Oh my gosh, do you have weapons? Oh my gosh, what are you?
Typical Gamer was terrified, and rightfully so. But then as TG built in the circle, something happened that left him absolutely flabbergasted.
What the heck was that?
It looked like they had jumped off, so they wouldn't get banned for teaming. But I've got a feeling they might have gotten banned anyways. Wanting unobtainable cosmetics is nothing new, but it's not a problem for everyone. And in Chapter 2 Season 1, this player couldn't believe what they had found. The item shop had glitched, and they could buy old starter packs. I guess Fortnite were lying when they said starter packs were exclusive and would never come back. They shared what they had found on Reddit, and it wasn't long before people found out how to do it. All you had to do was change the date on your PC. That's crazy. Back in Chapter 2, Fortnite actually added in the prop gun, and it was everywhere. People were finding it out of chests, NPCs, even just lying around on the ground, and it was chaos. It quickly got removed only after being in the game for 1 hour, and the community was devastated. But fortunately, it was brought back in the next update. In Chapter 5 Season 3, Human Bill hit the item shop, and sci-fi fans were losing their minds. But that excitement quickly turned into confusion and frustration. Everything looked normal in the shop until you tried to buy the bundle. The alien was here wrap wasn't there. Some players assumed it was just a visual glitch and bought it anyways. But nope, Fortnite took their V-Bucks and didn't give them the wrap in return. It turned out it didn't even exist yet. Leakers at the time discovered the wrap wasn't even in the game files, so it wasn't a bug. Fortnite was just straight up scamming. After a staggeringly long wait,
I've waited literally 2 days for this moment.
The Black Hole event was finally ending, and Cypher couldn't wait to hop in game and check out the new chapter.
Oh my god.
But Cypher was about to get a huge surprise that nobody was expecting. As the cinematic played, the bus flew in, and characters danced in celebration. Everything made sense so far, but this is when it happened.
Wait, am I playing?
At the time, nothing like this had ever been done in a video game before.
What's happening?
It didn't take him too long to realize what was happening.
I'm in a live match. There's 97 people live.
But he was about to get a huge surprise that nobody saw coming. Not even Fortnite.
Oh, my keybinds are completely... No. What the heck is this? My keybinds have completely been reset.
Fortunately, Cypher figured it out pretty quickly and got back to his game. But it happened to others too, and it didn't pan out like that for everybody.
Wait, what? This is me?
Nick was just as surprised as Cypher at how Chapter 2 was kicking off.
What is going on right now? Am I in a game? There's a baseball bat? What?
But then it happened.
No, my keybinds!
His bind has been reset too, and Nick was devastated. But luckily, he got over it pretty fast.
Guys, the new battle pass looks sick.
In Chapter 5, Season 4, Fortnite were hyping up the Carol G MSB concert.
People are saying this is pretty good, guys.
Promising that anyone who attended would unlock the epic Bichota 4-string bass completely free. But when the concert ended, something wasn't right. Players left expecting the reward, but nothing came. Some even rewatched the entire event over and over, hoping it would finally fix the issue. But still, no bass. And what was supposed to be a sick free reward ended up feeling like a complete waste of time. In Chapter 1, Season 4, Fortnite dropped one of the hardest skins to unlock in Fortnite history, Omega. To get the base style, you had to reach tier 100 in the battle pass, which was already a grind. But it was also one of the first skins in game to offer customization.
Look at that helmet. It's so sick.
Which was a bunch of different styles and colors players could select. But there was a catch. To unlock the final purple light style, players had to reach level 80. That might not sound like much by today's standards, but it took way more XP to level up back then.
This is something I've been grinding for a while now. I've been doing all the challenges, trying to maximize my XP gains.
And there was no creative mode, so you could forget about glitch creative XP maps. It was as difficult as it would be to reach level 400 in Chapter 3, and it's only gotten easier to level up since then.
Level 1001, baby!
So this skin is super rare.
I did every single one. I know that's pretty hard to get.
In the early days of Fortnite, before TikTok-inspired emotes took over, there was Fresh. As soon as they hit the item shop, people started noticing how much it looked like the Carlton dance from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And the creator of the dance, Alfonso Ribeiro, wasn't too happy about it. He even took legal action. Although he was unsuccessful, the emote hasn't been back in the item shop since. It's been over 2,218 days since Fresh was last seen. It's looking like it might never come back, making one of the rarest emotes in the item shop we have ever seen. Compared to the OG days, the Chapter 5 map was pretty big, so players were always looking for new ways to get around. And when the Cybertruck was released, Fortnite added a hidden secret that you wouldn't believe. If you stood on a particular spot on the roof, used Fizz, and then hit the nitro ring, you could go warp speed. On the 9th of August 2024, people were hyped to see the new X-Men skins in the item shop, only for them to be removed a few minutes later. People speculated whether or not this was an accident or just a marketing gimmick, but either way, the skins officially came into the item shop just a few days later. Moving on, we have a pickaxe, which is rare, not only because it was available for a limited time over the holidays, but you had to go to an actual real-life store to get the code for it. Merry Mint pickaxe was super desirable.
I can't believe I got it!
And a lot of players tried their best to get it, but there was a limited amount of codes available and stores soon ran out, making it insanely rare. In Chapter 2 Season 6, players spotted an awesome new progressive skin in the battle pass, Agent Jones. He had a bunch of edit styles for different moments in time.
Oh, they're from each of the bounty hunters. That is so cool.
But not many people spotted this tiny detail. In the Jump 23 style, Jonesy has a classic armband, but in the next style, he's removed it and you can actually see the mark where the armband was. Gotta love that attention to detail. On March 23rd, 2023, Fortnite released UAFN, instantly opening up a whole new world of possibilities for creative map makers. But while Fortnite thought they had made the rules crystal clear, it didn't take long for players to push the limits in ways no one expected. Within 24 hours of UAFN going live, maps were one-to-one exact copies of Call of Duty maps started popping up. And this was way more than just a problem. It was a full-on legal nightmare waiting to happen. Call of Duty maps are protected by copyright law, which made ripping them off straight up illegal. If Activision decided to take action, Fortnite could have been in serious trouble. So they wasted no time in banning the maps and cracking down hard. Now on to Dr. Lupo with something absolutely unbelievable.
All right, Lupe. I'm good for now.
Dr. Lupo was slaying out, but he could have no idea what was just around the corner.
Well, there goes Trevor. He just
down.
got crit like 8 times in a row. He's hacking, he's hacking, he's hacking. Take him serious, he's hacking.
James, you gotta shoot him. Oh, whoa, dude.
Yeah, he is hacking, he is hacking.
Bro.
He's actually cheating.
He can't build, man. Don't.
Lupo hit a crazy headshot snipe on the hacker and sent them straight back to the lobby. In Chapter 5 Season 3, Fortnite dropped the Dracon Steel Rider bundle and sweats were in love. It came with a unique twist. Players would unlock extra styles depending on the highest rank that season. And according to the store, the Scrap Slicer pickaxe was supposed to work the same way. But there was just one problem. It didn't. Despite being advertised with unlockable styles, the Scrap Slicer had none, and players were furious.
Is that guy cheating? No, I mean, There's just no way.
But there was a way, and they had absolutely insane aimbot. So Ninja reported them that something totally unexpected happened. They had teleportation hacks. They went straight into the vault, and Ninja had seen enough.
I messaged my contact. He'll be banned.
In Chapter 2, Fortnite added Pele's air punch to the item shop, and soccer fans were hyped. Pele is one of the greatest soccer players of all time, and Fortnite did an amazing job on the emo. It looks exactly like his real-life celebration, and at only 200 V-Bucks, it was a no-brainer for fans of Pele. But sadly for newer players, it hasn't been seen in the item shop for over 1,177 days, so hopefully it makes a return soon to give soccer fans another chance to grab it. In the summer of 2022, Fortnite released a No Sweat summer update, and it was awesome, featuring a bunch of challenges and some sick cosmetics, including the sweaty rotation emo. But the challenges were super hard, and you had to complete all 14 of them to get the emo. Seeing as there's only other way to get it, this emote's gonna be mega rare for sure. But not as rare as the next on our list, trusty number 2. The tier 79 reward in the Chapter 1 Season 3 Battle Pass. You have to be a real OG to own this one, and a grinder too. Tier 79 was not easy back then, so shout out to the goats who managed to get this rare pickaxe. In Chapter 3 Season 4, Fortnite hosted FNCS Invitational 2022.
The biggest Fortnite tournament of the year.
A huge tournament with all the best pros from around the world. And to mark the occasion, they released an awesome bundle into the item shop. It contained a few sick looking skins and a pickaxe, Champion Balisong. It was only available for 48 hours and hasn't been seen in over 753 days. In Chapter 1 Season 4, Fortnite teamed up with Twitch to bring players the amazing Twitch Prime Packs. All you had to do was link your Fortnite account to your Twitch account, and boom, instant access to exclusive loot. The first pack contained some awesome cosmetics, but the real gem was Pack 2, which included the amazing Trailblazer skin. People were hyped to receive such a sick skin for free, but no one could have predicted just how rare it would become. To this day, the only way to get the skin was in that pack, and with over 2,351 days since you could last claim it, it's now incredibly rare and will only get rarer with time. In Chapter 2 Season 5, Fortnite added the exclusive members only emote, and there was only one way to get it. You had to be a Fortnite crew member, but at the time people were pretty skeptical about subscribing, as there had been few issues previously with players finding it difficult to unsubscribe and not receiving the rewards. So Fortnite gave crew members the members only emote as an apology. As you had to be a member, it was only available for a limited time, making it one of the rarest emotes in the game. In Season 9, Fortnite dropped the legendary 14 Days of Summer challenges, and on the very first day, players who danced at 6 different beach parties were rewarded with the groovy deep end emo. But while it was free and awesome, the challenges were super tough, even in respawn modes like Team Rumble, which severely limited how many players could actually unlock it. And since this limited time event was the only way to get the emote ever in the history of Fortnite, it's insanely rare. Next up is World Warrior, released in Season 9 as a limited time offer to celebrate the Fortnite World Cup.
So if you bought it then, you've got it, never getting it again.
This skin may have been affordable, but it's actually insanely rare. After a short run in the item shop, it vanished, never set to return. And with each passing day, it only gets rarer. If you recognize these next 3, you're a real OG. In Chapter 1 Season 2, players could get the very first battle pass ever. And at Tier 7 was Pulse Axe, an awesome pickaxe. And since it was the first battle pass, it's super rare. But even rarer than that is Excalibur, coming in at Tier 35. Naturally, the more grinding it takes to get them, the rarer they are. And the rarest of all the battle pass pickaxes is AC/DC. At Tier 63, it took way longer to get than the other 2, so it's the rarest of the bunch. With the launch of Chapter 5 came a brand new map, nicknamed Helios. But while most of it was discovered pretty quickly, there are some areas even players today don't know about, like this secret cave at the far east side of the map. It took a while to make your way inside, but it was totally worth it. There was a ton of chests and even coral buddies. There was even a porta potty that led back up to the top, and for good reason. On the rare occasion porta potties were disabled, this place could become a total death trap as Storm closed. In Chapter 2 Season 7, Fortnite dropped Cosmic Summer, an awesome event packed with new LTMs, outfits, and epic rewards, including Little Tree. This emote was super fun and free, but there was a catch. You had to grind out a ton of challenges to get it. There were 12 in total, and as Little Tree was the final reward, you had to complete every every single one to get it. It took forever. So a lot of players just couldn't be bothered. And seeing as that was the only way to get it, and that was over 1,319 days ago, it's now extremely rare. Now we have a super rare emote that was only available in the item shop for 2 days in the entire history of Fortnite. Kiss the Cup. Added to celebrate the Fortnite World Cup. It's a limited time emote, which means it will never come back to the item shop. It's been over 1,969 days since it was for sale. So it's already incredibly rare. And as the days goes by, it just keeps on getting rarer. When it comes to OG skins, few are as rare or as intimidating as the Reaper.
Actually so dope.
Coming in at tier 100 in the Chapter 1 Season 3 Battle Pass, not only has it been available for years now, even when you could get it, it took a ton of grinding to get, making it super rare. In Season 8, Fortnite released a super unique Moon Bone set.
One of the ugliest skins I've ever seen.
And right away, it became clear it wasn't for everyone.
Jeez.
That could have been enough to make the skins rare right off the bat. But after a few appearances in the shop, one of the skins, Shaman, just stopped coming back. The rest of the set still pops up every now and then, but Shaman hasn't returned in over 1,891 days, making it super rare, and no one really knows why. In Season 6, Disney released the awesome film Wreck-It Ralph, and to hype it up, they collaborated with Fortnite to give away Hot Marat emote to players for completely free.
Free emote? Ooh, I guess I'll purchase that.
It was literally in the item shop for 0 V-Bucks.
I can't believe that emote is for everyone. That is incredible.
But since it only appeared for 2 days, and then it was gone, it's been over 2,214 days since this emote was in the item shop. That's over 6 years. And it was for a promotional emote for the film, so it's unlikely it'll ever return, making it one of the rarest in the game. In Season 2, Fortnite introduced the first ever Battle Pass, and coming in at tier 20 was Ride the Pony. Battle Pass cosmetics were supposed to be exclusive and only available from that season's pass, so when Fortnite later added Ride the Pony as a reward for Save the World founders during Season X, Season 2 players freaked out. Luckily, it didn't take long for Fortnite to get the message, and pretty soon they added Pony Up as a free reward for OG players who had bought the Battle Pass in Season 2. So even though Pony Up was added in Season X, only players who had bought the Battle Pass in Season 2 could have it, making it super rare and unique. During Fortnite Remix, if you try to get the mythic RG minigun, you might have noticed Mom Spaghetti, Eminem's restaurant in the Grotto Cave. But what a lot of people didn't realize is Eminem actually opened a Mom Spaghetti restaurant in real life too. Whether it's mobile phones like the Samsung S10 or consoles like the Switch or Xbox, promotional skins tend to have a way of ending up being rare, and Royal Bomber is no exception.
This guy to me is like iconic.
This skin was only ever available in 2020 as part of a promotional bundle including a PS4, and you had to fork out nearly $300 at the time to get it. But the promo for Royal Bomber ended on June 28th, 2020. In Chapter 1 Season 7, Fortnite released the 14 Days of Fortnite Challenges, and on day 11, if players thanked the bus driver 11 times, they'd get the Frozen Axe. It's super OG being from Chapter 1, and that makes it pretty rare already, but a lot of players didn't actually manage to complete the challenges, making Frozen Axe really rare. Next up, we have Buckets and Flex on them.
Looks like they made an emote just for me.
Released in Season 9 as part of a collab with Jordans for 200 V-Bucks each, these emotes would pair perfectly with kicks, but sadly they haven't been seen in the item shop for over 1,045 days. But with Jordans and other kicks regularly in the item shop, it would make sense for these emotes to return. So keep your eyes peeled if you want a chance to get these rare emotes for yourself. Now we have one of the most sought after skins in Fortnite history. In 2020, Fortnite and Nintendo collaborated to release an epic Fortnite themed Switch bundle, which came with a custom console, 2,000 V-Bucks, and some sick cosmetics, including the awesome Wildcat skin.
Oh, yo, that's sick. She's basically the Switch in human form.
As the skin is exclusive to the bundle, it's super rare to see in game, and for a while it became an insane flex and everybody wanted it. Incredibly, you can still get this skin today as the codes have yet to expire. When the Mandalorian set dropped, complete with animated Grogu backbling, Star Wars fans were hyped and amazed at the attention to detail and how accurate they were. But there was one hidden detail that a lot of people didn't notice. Sometimes the Grogu can be seen eating bright blue macaroons, just like on the show. In Chapter 2 Season 7, Fortnite released the Island Games Quests, a series of challenges players could complete to earn awesome rewards, including the QWERTY axe. But that was over 3 years ago, and as there's no other way to get this axe, it's pretty rare to see these days. When it comes to rare skins, few are as crazy as Dark Scully. In Chapter 2, Microsoft teamed up with Fortnite and Rocket League to release the epic Midnight Drive Pack, which included an Xbox Series S, 1,000 V-Bucks, 1,000 credits, and awesome cosmetics, including the Dark Scully skin. The bundle cost a whopping $300. $10. So not many people bought it just for the skin. And if you're eyeing to get it now, you might be out of luck. Although the codes technically still do seem to be redeemable, tracking one down is a whole different story. While some other promotional bundles do sometimes pop up for sale, usually at completely insane prices. At the time of making this video, there isn't a single code for sale. This makes Dark Scully one of the rarest promotional skins Fortnite has ever seen. In Chapter 2 Season 3, players who logged in on the 27th to the 29th of July received the awesome Verve emote for completely free. It was super colorful and became an instant classic, but now, with over 1,602 days since it was last given out to players, it's incredibly rare. And not to mention, there's no other way to get it, and there probably never will be. Next up, we have Introducing.
I've never seen this one.
Which was only available for a limited time as part of the PlayStation Plus Celebration Pack number 10. This means you had to be on PlayStation to get it, so a lot of players missed out, making it one seriously rare emote. Battle Pass skins from the early days of Fortnite tend to be rare, and Ragnarok is no exception. As a tier 100 skin in Chapter 6 Season 5,
wow, what is that?
It took a ton of grinding to unlock, but the grind doesn't stop there. The skin actually had a bunch of edit styles that players could unlock with XP, but unlocking the final edit style required an insane amount.
Admire me, I'm beautiful!
Making the fully upgraded Ragnarok a rare sight today. If you played near the end of Chapter 2, you probably remember the Cube Queen, but you might have missed this tiny detail. If you look really closely, instead of circles, her pupils are actually cube-shaped. In Chapter 3, Fortnite released the Rebuild the Block quest, where players could vote for which buildings they wanted in the new Tilted Towers. There were multiple stages, and players that completed 7 of the quests received Lucky Lance. This was the only way to get this pickaxe, making it pretty rare. But it actually has a hidden secret. It starts off blue, but after a few swings, the outer shell actually breaks off. So heads up if you're trying to make skin combos with this awesome rare pickaxe. Twitch drops have given some players amazing and rare cosmetics over the years completely for free. So when another drop was finally announced in Chapter 3 Season 3, people were hyped. The drop for the Vibrant Vibing emote. But there was a catch. The drop was only available for 3 days. The short time to claim it meant a lot of players didn't really know about it, and they missed out entirely. Unfortunately for them, it's unlikely that it'll ever come back. But for those that did get it, it's super rare, and it's only going to keep on getting rarer as time goes on. When Remix released, players wondered if Meowtis would have the golden touch just like Midas, and it turns out, sort of. With Midas, the effect was instant, but with Meowtis, the weapons get more and more gold with each elimination. It's a cool effect, and some may think it's because he's only half Midas. Speaking of Meowtis, did you know he actually has paw prints on the sole of his shoes? You gotta love the little details like that. When Season 8 dropped, with its awesome pirate theme, it did not disappoint, and neither did the Buccaneers Bounty Challenges. They were perfectly fit for the season, and even though they took a ton of effort to complete, it was well worth it to get the hilarious Booby Trap emote. It was only available from the challenges over 5 years ago, and they took ages to complete, making this one of the rarest free emotes of all time. In Chapter 3 Season 4, Fortnite released a sick new pickaxe just for Fortnite crew members with 6 edit styles. But there was a catch. To unlock the final style, you have to have been subscribed for 6 months in a row, making this pickaxe pretty rare. In Chapter 2 Season 3, to celebrate Liverpool winning the Champions League, the biggest club soccer tournament in the world, Fortnite added Raise the Cup. You could get it as a reward in the Raise the Cup tournament, or from the item shop for only 200 V-Bucks. But 2 days later, it disappeared, never to be seen again. This was over 1,578 days ago, and it's looking like unless Liverpool wins another Champions League, this emote might never return, making it possibly one of the rarest emotes of all time. Now on to a super exclusive emote. In Chapter 2 Season 7, PlayStation Plus Celebration Pack number 15 came out with the Blue Viper Glider, Cobalt Cloudbake Contrail, and our next rare emote, Square Up. You could only get it if you're subscribed to PlayStation Plus, and that was over 3 whole chapters ago. So now it's pretty rare to see players with it today. In Season 9, Sony released the Neo Versa bundle, which came with a PlayStation 4, 2,000 V-Bucks, and the epic Neo Versa skin. At first, it was super rare, so not many players were willing to drop hundreds of dollars just for a skin. But then Sony did something shocking. They released new bundles that came with the skin for a fraction of the cost. OG owners were not happy, but Sony kept selling the bundles anyways, and eventually they sold out. And if you like the look of Neo Versa, I've got some bad news. The codes expired in August 2024, so even if you're willing to pay the insane prices, you still wouldn't be able to claim the skin. In Chapter 2 Season 8, Fortnite added Ghostbusters, and players were hyped.
Woo!
There was a bunch of awesome skins, pickaxes, and gliders, and even an emote, I Ain't Afraid, which actually featured the theme tune from the movie. It's epic, but sadly for newer players that are also fans of the film, it hasn't been seen in the item shop for over 1,112 days. The next on our list was only available for 12 days during Chapter 2, Season 7, by getting 50 points in the Best Frenzy event. You could earn points by playing with friends, which sounds simple enough, but you only got 1 point every 10 minutes, meaning it took way too long for a lot of players to complete, making the Quariac super rare. Do you remember when Allier said this?
There's a Diplodocus!
It was hilarious and turned into a huge meme.
Full-on embraced his meme.
So huge, in fact, that even after all these years later, Fortnite changed the reload map during Remix to include some more Diplodoncuses in its honor. From a distance, the stuffy sack backbling appears to have a cool little plushy peely, Guff, and Cuddle Team Leader on it. But take a closer look, and they all have crossed out eyes? This usually only means one thing, and it is not good. So it raises some questions over what exactly is this backbling made from. Fortnite bots can have all kinds of names, but one in particular stands out. Athena or Apollo. Athena and Apollo are actually the names of the first 2 Fortnite islands. In Chapter 2 Season 7, as a follow-up to the incredible Travis Scott concert, Fortnite announced the utterly insane Rift Tour featuring Ariana Grande. Players couldn't wait.
Alright, here we go! Oh my gosh!
And to mark the occasion, Fortnite added the XOXO emote. The only way to get it was by completing the Rift Tour challenges. And seeing as this was way back in Chapter 2, and there was literally no other way to get this emote again, it's super rare. In Chapter 1 Season 3, Fortnite teamed up with Twitch to bring players their very first Twitch Prime pack. All players had to do was link their Fortnite and their Twitch accounts, and boom! They got a pickaxe, glider, and not 1, but 2 exclusive skins. This Prime pack was the only way to ever unlock the Sub Commander and Havoc skins. And seeing as it's been over 2,478 days since you could last claim them, they become incredibly rare. On November 12th, 2018, Rambunctious hit the item shop for the 6th time only in a few months, so nobody could have guessed that it would have been the last time it was ever in the item shop for 1,486 days. But when it finally returned, things got crazy. It was only in the item shop for 1 hour?
By accident in 2022.
It's pretty safe to assume that that was a mistake. And seeing as it's been over 752 days since then, it's looking like it will never return. Want a free skin? Well, bad news. You're not getting one. But that hasn't stopped scammers from convincing thousands of players otherwise. Fortnite has strict rules against mentioning V-Bucks, the Battle Pass, real world currency, or rewards. But where there are rules, there are loopholes. And some scammers will stop at nothing. They've turned to other platforms like YouTube, faking videos with edited reward screens designed to trick players into spending as much time as possible on their maps. Needless to say, but just in case, none of these maps are real. If you see someone promising you free skins, unless it's Fortnite themselves, it's almost certainly fake. And the people behind those maps, they're probably about to get banned any minute now. For 2 weeks in 2023, Amazon teamed up with Fortnite to promote its new cloud gaming service, Luna. And as a reward for players logging in, they received the Velocity Edge pickaxe. This was epic, but while it was free, as players had to go off platform to claim it, and it was only available for a short period of time, it's actually one of the rarer pickaxes on this list. Now we have a skin that was never available in the item shop, and players had to spend hundreds of dollars to get it. Double Helix. It came as part of a bundle with a Nintendo Switch, and while the codes do still work, Nintendo stopped selling the bundles years ago. So if you're lucky enough to find a code for sale, be prepared to spend a fortune if you want to get it. In June 2022, Fortnite released Dazzle Daggers as part of a promotion for Xbox Cloud Gaming. All you had to do was log in via the new service to receive it, but the promotion only ran for 2 weeks, and PC or mobile players could receive it, leaving console players high and dry, making this pickaxe super rare to come across in-game. Next up, we have Milkman. He was playing fields with a friend, but after getting eliminated, they could have never imagined what they're about to find. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but it was a default with a weird name, and it didn't take them long to show their true colors.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating.
I told you.
That was insane. If you blinked, you would have missed it. But what the hacker was about to do next is absolutely crazy.
Nice one, bro. Oh.
That no-scope was insane, but this hacker's only just getting warmed up.
He's gonna die.
Another crazy no-scope, and there's plenty more where that came from.
200.
Milkman had seen enough, so he reported him. And after all that, I think it's pretty safe to say they got banned not long after. Next up, we have one of the most famous and recognizable skins of OG Fortnite, Black Knight. The only way to get it was in Chapter 1 Season 2 Battle Pass. And even once you bought the Battle Pass, players had to grind all the way up to tier 70 to get it. This was over 2,459 days ago now. And since the skin took an insane amount of effort to get,
Oh, I'm flexing on you all!
it's incredibly rare and the mark of a true OG. Our next pickaxe is one of the rarest in the game. It's only been in the item shop 6 times ever, and the last time it was in the item shop was over 1,677 days ago. Diamond Jack is a sick pickaxe.
That's so cool.
But it's part of the controversial Travis Scott set. It may just never return. With the release of Rocket Racing came new cosmetics, and some of them were really expensive. The few starter pack quests contained a bunch of cool stuff, and Fortnite said it would cost $9.99. That was unless you were in Hungary, where Fortnite secretly changed the price to only 25 cents? Next up, we might have the rarest promotional skin of all time. In Chapter 1 Season 7, Honor released their new View 20 phone and bundled it with the super exclusive Honor Guard skin.
Probably one of the rarest skins. I've yet to see it in-game.
What makes this skin next level rare is not only did you have to buy an expensive phone to get it,
Maybe $600-700 phone.
it's not a brand that a lot of people are familiar with at all. Most people just stick to Apple or Samsung and have probably never even heard of Honor before. Not to mention, today it's completely impossible to get. The promotion ended in 2019 and all the codes have expired. So the Honor Guard skin is insanely rare. Now we have a pickaxe that was only available for a week during Season 5, and you had to have completed the insanely difficult high-stake challenges to get it. If you haven't guessed already, I'm talking about Crowbar. It's an awesome pickaxe, but because it was only available for a short time, it's pretty rare. The next on our list is not only rare, but it has an amazing name too. Octane Whomper. To get it, you had to complete the challenges that were only available for 2 weeks. And if that wouldn't have made it rare enough already, the challenges were in a totally different game. Rocket League? Needless to say, not many people have this one. In the Remix Battle Pass, we got an awesome skin called Undercover Sky that looks like a combination of Sky and Guff. But did you know that the epic bait of Floof is literally both of their pickaxes strapped together? Fortnite loves to add movie references to the game, and in Chapter 2 Season 2, they spotted the perfect opportunity. If you did the T-pose emote at the tip of the yacht, you get the I'm Flying Legacy as reference to the famous scene in the Titanic. In Chapter 1 Season 1, Fortnite released the awesome Skull Trooper and Ghoul Trooper skins for Halloween. But when Halloween was over, the skins vanished from the item shop, seemingly never to return. As time went on, players who had copped the skins loved the exclusivity, and those who hadn't prayed for their return. Until one day, they were finally back! While the new players were hyped,
I'm about to cop this. I always wanted that skin, bruh.
OGs felt like their exclusivity had been ruined.
I hear the tears of people that bought this last Halloween.
So, Fortnite made things right quickly by dropping their brand new styles just for them. Pink Ghoul Trooper,
I love the pink,
and purple Skull Trooper.
Look
The
at
purple
that.
glow, yeah.
Come on.
Hey, I'm be rocking that purple though.
These styles have never been available to buy from the item shop. So if you see one in game, you're looking at a player who's been here since the very beginning. In Chapter 1 Season 7, Fortnite released the 14 Days of Fortnite challenges, giving players a chance to earn some epic rewards, including the Take the Elf emote. The challenges were released daily, and on day 8, players could deal damage with different weapons to finally unlock the emote.
Whoa!
Although this emote was free, completing that specific day 8 challenge during the 14 Days of Fortnite is the only way there's ever been to get this emote, so it's actually super rare. Fans of the Big Hero 6 movie were super excited to see Baymax in Chapter 6 Season 1 Battle Pass.
Big Hero 6 is one of my favorite movies.
But a lot of people miss this awesome detail on Baymax's loading screen. It's actually inspired by a scene in the movie. Next up, we have a super rare promotional skin, Wonder. The only way to ever get this skin was to get it bundled with the expensive Huawei Honor 20 phone, making it super exclusive. Huawei isn't exactly a well-known brand in a lot of parts of the world either. So, especially on NA and EU, this skin is incredibly rare. This is arguably one of the best looking promotional skins too.
Looks super sick. I think this is definitely one of the cooler phone skins we've got.
So it's a shame the promotion ended all the way back in December 2019. Even if you did want it, you're out of luck. Fortnite's rules are crystal clear. Creators must not promote enrollment in the military. So when the British military released a map called Operation Belong, it was met with huge backlash from the community. A spokesperson for the army argued that it wasn't meant to recruit, but to raise awareness. And while the map was fun, with code breaking, huge obstacle courses, and exciting parkour challenges, it clearly broke the rules. As such, it wasn't long before the project was completely dropped and vanished without a trace. The bunkers in Chapter 5 were awesome. You were only supposed to be able to get into them late into the game.
Can we get these vaults open? Oh my god.
But waiting for them to open could be a drag. And this player had enough. So, somehow, they cooked up a crazy way to get in, even at the start of the game. With most of these vault glitches, you're stuck forever. But they even found a way to get back out again, making it super OP. In Chapter 2, Season 4, Marvel took over the Fortnite island, with Pleasant Park becoming Doom's Domain. Years later, we finally got a Marvel-themed season again, and Fortnite came up with an amazing name for the bakery, Doom's Domain. In Chapter 2, Season 1, to promote the release of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, Fortnite did a huge collab that included adding lightsabers.
There you go! That was sick, dude!
Some awesome cosmetics, and a live in-game event.
Oh, the Falcon, baby! Let's go!
A sneak preview of the film, presented by the director J.J. Abrams himself. The cosmetics included the Jedi training emote, and players were excited to get it. But it was easier said than done. You had to complete an insane amount of challenges, and since this was the only way to get the emote in the history of Fortnite, it's actually extremely rare. For 2 weeks during Fortnite's Primal season, players could team up to enter the Reboot a Friend event to earn rewards, including the awesome Plasma Carrot pickaxe. But there was a catch. Your teammate had to have not played for over 30 days, and the challenges were a serious grind.
A lot of people did not do it.
You had to play over 30 games to get it, making it difficult and time-consuming to get, and super rare. Our next rare pickaxe, Sunfall Scythe, was only available in Japan, which would have already made it pretty rare, but it was also only available for a month as part of the promotion to players who bought V-Bucks, so not many people in the world have it, and basically nobody has it on the North American servers. Pretty fun to know. If you spot this one in game, they must have gotten it in Japan. If there's one thing everybody in Fortnite wants, it's V-Bucks. So naturally, as soon as it became possible for people to earn money from creative, maps promising players free V-Bucks started popping up at an alarming rate. Fortnite acted quickly, changing the rules and banning any mention of V-Bucks. And this worked for a while, but it wasn't long before the scammers evolved. They started promoting free V-Bucks on other platforms. Meanwhile, videos were circulating on other platforms like YouTube, promising free V-Bucks for playing the maps. The edits were shockingly convincing, and the methods to claim free V-Bucks were long, confusing, and designed to trick players into staying on the map as long as possible, making the map maker even more money. Most of these maps got banned, but new ones pop up every day, so be careful. Street Fighter fans were hyped when in Chapter 2 Season 5, skins from the game hit the item shop, but the Flash Cake emote had a hidden detail a lot of players missed. When used with a Guile skin, he actually takes the comb out of his back pocket when you do the emote. In Chapter 1, Fortnite released the awesome new emote, Tidy, but it didn't take long for players to realize it was based on a real-life dance by none other than Snoop Dogg, and pretty soon it was all anyone could talk about. Fortnite clearly didn't want to get into another huge legal battle over an emote like they did with Fresh, so after a few appearances it vanished until 4 years later when Tidy randomly appeared back in an item shop as a part of the Vaulted for a Year or More section completely out of nowhere. The community couldn't believe it as it was finally back and rushed to buy it, but just after a few short hours Fortnite realized their mistake and removed it. Players that missed out were gutted, but when Remix rolled around, their prayers were answered. Kinda? Snoop Dogg was in the official trailer, and people hoped that this might mean that the emote would make a comeback. And it did, but in the most unlikely way. It didn't come back to the shop. Instead, Fortnite did the ultimate troll. If you got hit by the new Double G Boogie Bomb, you were forced to do the emote, whether you wanted to or not. But you still couldn't get the emote, so GG's only. The longer players stayed on a map, the more money the creator makes. And some of the map makers will stop at nothing to keep you hooked. That's exactly what happened with this insane map. The YouTuber Oshfan stumbled across a mapping creative that seemed too good to be true. Curious, he jumped in, and what he found blew his mind.
No way! There's so many mythic items here.
The map was packed with crazy banned weapons, but here's where things got truly devious. Players had to save up a ridiculous amount of diamonds before they could even think about unlocking the vault to get them. So what happened to this map? Well, here's the good thing. Nobody knows for sure. No one was ever crazy enough to put in the nearly week-long grind to unlock the vault. But one thing's for sure, Fortnite's rules are crystal clear. They state that map makers have to keep out authentic, so that leaves us with two options. Either the vault loot was fake, a total scam designed to keep players on the map, which got it banned, or it actually had banned weapons, which, you guessed it, would also lead to a ban. In Chapter 5, Season 1, Fortnite added something to the item shop that seemed kinda out of place. If you scrolled all the way down, past the skins to the jam track section, and amongst the songs, there was actually the Heartbreaker skin. Fortnite made no comment on the situation, but it turned out there was actually also a jam track called Heartbreaker. So if you accidentally bought it, you got tricked into buying a skin you didn't even want. Next up, we have one of the hardest skins to get of all time. Chapter 2 Season 2 was one of the most popular seasons ever, and millions of players jumped in and bought the battle pass, not realizing there was one skin in it that was basically impossible to unlock. Fully Gold Peely. To get this insanely exclusive skin, players had to grind all the way up to level 350. It took a ridiculous amount of XP to unlock, and it was literally impossible for your average player. So, only the most goated of the grinders got it, making it easily one of the rare skins in the game. If you're an OG Fortnite player, you might remember the mech. I mean, who could forget it? While they were an absolute nightmare in Battle Royale, they were actually super fun and creative.
Oh my god!
But in Chapter 2 Season 6, Fortnite made a shocking decision. Mechs were banned. Just like that, they were wiped from the game completely, leaving players that still loved using them in creative totally devastated. While most players had no choice but to move on, one creator refused. Mustard Plays. And he wouldn't just bring the mech back, he cooked something up totally insane, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before.
So now we have a fully drivable mech.
This thing was a monster.
It blew up the base over there.
Packed with insane firepower. Fortnite had never seen destruction like this, and the community was absolutely mind blown. With the re-release of OG Fortnite, players were excited to use their old skin combos and drop back into the old map for a serious hit of nostalgia. But there's a problem. The default axe has changed, and it's not the same one that players used all those years ago. Now named the Throwback Axe, it was available for free in the item shop for just a few days during Chapter 2 Season 4.
Because I do have a feeling that this pickaxe might become rare.
But as this was over 1,484 days ago, it's super rare, making it impossible for a lot of players to remake their OG combos. To celebrate the launch of his new icon skin, Courage was slaying out in solos, having a blast. But then this happened.
Oh, he's cheating. Wait, that guy's cheating. That guy's cheating.
But as Courage spectated the hacker, he could have never guessed who their next unsuspecting victim would be.
What the? Whoa, brother.
It was Replays. He managed to make an escape, but just barely. And he already had a feeling something was up.
Gotta watch out. Whenever I see a default skin, he's hitting shots like that. Gotta freaking watch out, man.
Replays wasn't backing down without a fight. But first, he wanted to try something.
Let me just test something here. Let's see if he hits the shots out of this guy. I mean, he's got attack AR. That guy might be cheating. I'm not kidding.
He had seen enough. Courage wasted no time reporting the hacker, hoping for a miracle, but there was no guarantee of an instant ban. And Replays was in a tough spot.
Oh, he's cheating.
He's full walling.
Somehow, Replays managed to create some distance with the car.
Oh, he is. He just locked onto me. He locked onto me on the way out. This guy's full aimbotting.
But this hacker was relentless, like a wolf on the hunt, determined to take Replays down.
He knows exactly where I am, so I can't really freaking peek.
He's shooting him through the rock. He's shooting him through the rock!
But somehow, Replays managed to sneak out the back with a shockwave, landed perfectly in a car, and floored it out of there.
Yeah, 100% this guy's aimbotting.
But there was no escape. They were on an absolute rampage.
It's the same thing he did to me. Just headshot, headshot.
So Courage made one final prayer to the Fortnite gods.
Epic, please ban him live. Please ban him live. Please.
And now it's time for the ultimate showdown.
All right, 1v1 against this freaking aimbotter. You got the zone.
Why did I do that?
So this was it. At first, it was looking like an impossible fight to win.
Here we go. He's gonna toggle it back on for this. Ready? He's watching him through the wall, watching him through the wall, watching him through the wall.
Freaking aimbotter, guys.
But Replays had a trick up his sleeve. He sent it with a Hail Mary shockwave to the next storm circle, so now it was all eyes on the hacker.
This other guy has a chance, because this guy has to rotate.
All right, what's his plan here? What's your plan, buddy?
Yes? Oh my god. Yes! Yes!
You freaking aimbotter. Stop cheating. You hear me?
And just like that, Replays took down the hacker.
Heck out of here.
And a victory never tasted sweeter.
Yes!
And sure enough, they got banned soon after. Next up, we have Trinity's Kick, a rare and awesome emote that dropped in Chapter 3 Season 1 as part of Fortnite's collab with The Matrix. Based on the iconic slow motion kick from the films, it quickly became a fan favorite for flexing perfectly timed dodges and stylish animations. Despite appearing in the item shop 24 times, it's since vanished without a trace and has been seen in over 955 days. Whether that's intentional or just a glitch in the matrix, one thing's clear these days: Trinity kicks is seriously rare. Back in chapter 3, there was an augment called Jelly Angler, and it let you fish an infinite amount of white heels, and that gave TG an idea.
Come on, memes.
Pros have been banned for this before, but that wasn't stopping TG.
We have millions of jellyfish.
So TG loaded up on jellies and prepared for the next stage of the plan. Now they just had to survive into the end for their crazy plan to work.
Oh, over here, I'm good. Yeah, over here.
They fought like vicious tigers, and pretty soon it was time to go. But the storm's ticking for 10, so making it back to the jellies would be tough.
Popping one to you. Oh.
Okay, go. All the way back. Yes. Okay, break the bush. Here on me.
They made it. Now they just have to keep on popping heals. But do they have enough to get the win?
You gotta pop him and I'm fishing.
Yeah.
Yes, come on.
Come on.
It was looking like it might actually work. But Fortnite wasn't born yesterday.
It might work.
Dropping this to you.
And they have a specific mechanic in place to make sure this kind of thing stays banned.
No, storm sickness. You gotta help me. We're gonna die. You gotta help me.
I'm trying.
In chapter 3, Spider-Man Mythic Web Shooters were added to the game, and Nick 830 was hype.
No way! Oh, wait, you do spins too? Wait!
And somehow, they were even better than anyone could have ever hoped for.
No, bro, this is better than the actual Spider-Man game. This is better than, you get way more momentum.
Fortnite knocked it out of the park. So of course, everyone wanted them, and people's minds immediately turned to one POI in particular.
So we're gonna go ahead and dive in at the Daily Bugle over here. There should be at least one of them here.
TG was right. There was tons of spawns here, so it took no time to find one.
Oh, right there. Look at this. Let's search this. Oh, Spider-Man's web shooters. Let's go.
But seeing as everyone wanted them, the Daily Bugle was absolute carnage, and it was tricky making it out alive with the Mythic.
No!
Luckily, Fortnite had thought about this, and they added secret spawns around the map, like this one, fresh found under a bridge.
Give me this Mythic.
So it wasn't just sweats getting to use them, there was enough for everyone hidden around the map. A lot of people don't have any idea just how incredibly rare our next emote is. Next up, we have Complicated. And ironically, the story behind it is pretty complicated too. In November 2017, Kyle Hanagami choreographed an amazing dance on YouTube that went viral, getting over 39 million views on YouTube. But this is where Fortnite made a huge mistake. In Chapter 2, Season 3, Fortnite added its complicated time shop for 500 V-Bucks that looked exactly the same as Hanagami's dance. So much that he actually ended up filing a lawsuit against Fortnite. And even though they eventually settled in 2024, the emote still hasn't come back to the item shop. And with over 1,200 days since then, it's looking like this emote may never return. The next skin we're taking a look at is not only super rare, but it's insanely expensive too. To get it, you had to play 3 games of Fortnite on a flagship Samsung phone. And while Ninja was lucky enough to get an IRL supply drop with the phone inside,
the Samsung Galaxy Note 9,
most players weren't prepared to spend around $1,000 just for a skin. Not to mention, if you were prepared to splash the cash, the promotion ended a long time ago, with the last day you could redeem the skin being over 2,166 days ago. So the Galaxy skin is easily one of the rarest in the game. Did you know in Chapter 2, Season 2, there was a totally insane glitch that let you get free wins? At the start of the season, Fortnite added decoy grenades that created bot versions of yourself to confuse enemies. But here's the crazy part. If you threw one just before you got eliminated, it would actually confuse the game too. All you had to do was spectate until the end of the match and you'd be crowned with the epic victory royale. You didn't even need to get eliminated by another player. So it wasn't long before players were building up, eliminating themselves to fall, and farming win after win. You might be used to supply drops sinking, but when Remix released, Fortnite changed a small detail that made them way more realistic. Now, they float, and if they land in a river, sometimes they even follow the current downstream. Released in Chapter 2, Season 4, and sold in the item shop for only 200 V-Bucks, we have Zombie Shambles. You could be forgiven for thinking that this doesn't sound very rare, but it was only in the item shop once, just for 1 day only, and that was over 1,500 days ago. That already makes this one of the rarest emotes there is. But the one time the spooky zombie themed emote did come to the item shop was November 5th, way after Halloween, which might have caused a lot of people to skip it over, making it even rarer. This has got to be one of the rarest emotes there is. In Season 7, Fortnite introduced a brand new, totally game-changing feature, the block. Players could build their own POIs in creative, then submit the reactions to be featured on the Fortnite Battle Royale map. The first few maps that made it to the block were awesome, but opening it up to community submissions was always going to be risky. Sooner or later, something was bound to slip through the net. At first, Mysterious Mansion seemed like an eerie, well-designed location that fit right into the Fortnite world, but soon, players started noticing something absolutely outrageous that Fortnite should have never allowed. Reports started rolling in, and it wasn't long before Mysterious Mansion was gone. Fortnite wasted no time in banning the map and replacing it with Ginger J 91's epic treehouse themed creation. But to this day, players still wonder, how did Mysterious Mansion make it through in the first place? In May 2019, Fortnite released Season 9, and in the Battle Pass, there was a skin that looked awfully familiar. A lot of people were speculating the skin was Loser Fruit, and it made sense.
What the fruit? What?
That's gonna be for you.
It even had a strawberry on the shirt. Fortnite never confirmed or denied the community's suspicions, but on June 22nd, 2020, Loser Fruit got her official icon skin. So I guess you could say now she has 2 skins in the game. And not many people know this, but her official backbling actually has 3 Fortnite skins that represent her friendly stream snipers.
Wouldn't have success without these stream snipers here.
When Fortnite dropped the very first Battle Pass in Chapter 1 Season 2, they made it clear that cosmetics would be exclusive to that season's Battle Pass. So now, way over 7 years later, some of them have become incredibly rare. Coming at a tier 5 was Wave. It was completely free, but since it was super old and is never coming back, it's still rare, but nothing compared to the Worm. This absolute classic was way harder to get. First off, you actually had to buy the Battle Pass. It wasn't free, like Wave. And then players had to grind all the way up to level 28 in order to unlock it, making it super rare. But that's still not as rare as Floss, probably one of the most famous Fortnite emotes of all time.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
It's also one of the least owned. To unlock this one, players had to get all the way up to tier 49, making it the hardest of the 3 to unlock. So it might just be one of the most recognizable emotes in Fortnite history, but that just makes it even crazier how rare it actually is. In Season 7, the Cheer Up emote hit the item shop, but did you know that it has a hidden secret? The bushes may look green in the item shop, but they actually change color to match the biome that you're in. They can be green, brown, or even snow covered, depending on where you are on the map. In 2019, Fortnite teamed up with Lionsgate to bring players an insane crossover to promote their new film, John Wick Chapter 3. Not only was there a crazy fun LTM, Wick's Bounty, but a bunch of awesome cosmetics too, including John Wick.
Dude, oh wow, what the?
And Sophia.
Sophia.
While the John Wick skin is pretty common, coming back to the item shop fairly regularly,
John Wick's back?
Sophia hasn't been seen in over 1,413 days, making the skin way rarer than you might think. Next up, we got Snow Day, a winter-themed emote that first hit the item shop in Chapter 2 Season 1 for 500 V-Bucks. It lets your character build a tiny snowman, which slowly melts away.
Then it falls off.
It's simple, festive, and perfect for those chill vibes during the holiday season. But incredibly, Snow Day has only appeared in the item shop 8 times since it was released, and it hasn't been seen in over 881 days. So unless it makes a surprise return next winter, this one might be frozen in the vault for good. Next up, we have Test Throne. Released in Chapter 3 Season 4 as part of the DC series in the Black Adam set, Black Adam is one of DC's most powerful characters. And this emote lets you channel that energy by casually flexing on the battlefield, literally sitting on a glowing throne. It only appeared in the item shop 14 times, and it hasn't been seen in over 935 days. Whether it's tied up in licensing or just got zapped out of the rotation, Test Throne is definitely earned its seat on the rare list. Over the years, Fortnite has released tons of starter packs, featuring exclusive skins like Red Strike and Cobalt, usually priced around $5, and advertised as limited time offers. They would only be available in the shop for that season, leaving never to return and becoming super rare in the process. That was until 2024, when completely out of the blue, Fortnite brought the Wavebreaker pack back. Now it seems like no starter pack is truly safe, and even long lost skins like Rogue Agent could make a surprise comeback at any time.
We all know stream sniping is very bad. Unless, of course, it's one of your good friends and it's for a YouTube video, then it's just very funny.
Sounds pretty harmless, right? If they're your friend, hopefully they won't report you. So what could go wrong? Well, it turns out a lot.
Hey, Freshest Stream. Hey, guys. What's up?
Fresh was an insanely good pro player, and everyone always used to say he carried Laserbeam. So, just this once, Laserbeam wanted to show Fresh who the real top dog was. And it didn't take long to find Fresh and start putting his plan into action.
Alright, I've loaded up the helicopter with C4. We'll see. Oh, he's hopping in it. He actually just hopped in it. How is he not dead? Damn it! Come on, come on, come on, come on. No! I'm killing. No!
Unfortunately, it was looking like Laserbeam's plan wasn't quite going to plan. And eventually, Fresh got the best of him.
It had 6 sticks of C4 on it!
But Laserbeam isn't calling it a day just yet. It's time to kick things up a notch and call in the reinforcements.
I now have an entire Discord server. Alright, the plan is to scare the crap out of him and pickaxe him immediately on spawn. He will be absolutely terrified. No one ever expects a bunch of bananas to land on him and whack him.
But as they stealthily glided in, Fresh could see them and he could not believe his eyes.
Huh? You told me I turn around and there's like 15 people going to dirty.
So it didn't take long to turn into an all-out war.
He's bashing the car. Alright, bananas. No! Attack him, bananas! Go get him! Pickaxe him!
The banana army gave it their best try. But with just pickaxes against a pro player, even with how many there were, the bananas just stood no chance.
Pickaxe him! Get him! No! Oh my god!
Fresh may have won that battle, but he hadn't won the war. And next game, it was time for the ultimate showdown.
Our plan is just to wait until he is alone, completely isolated, in a confined area. And then the bananas will jump him, will attack him, will like jump out of the bushes and eat him alive.
The trap was set, and the banana army was ready. But unfortunately for them, so was Fresh.
Oh, I see him in the bush.
Pump the launch pad, Kate! Pump the launch pad, Kate! Spread it, spread!
Holy oh my god.
I was not expecting him to kill us with the chopper.
Oh, okay, cheeky.
But as Fresh thinned the herd, hope was fading. And in a moment of desperation, Laserbeam made a big mistake.
He's low, he's low on whites, he's low on whites. Come on, boys, finish him! Finish him now! We just got kicked.
We just got kicked for teaming.
Laserbeam using a gun triggered the automatic ban system, and Fresh could not believe it.
Lennon just got banned for using a weapon.
Just goes to show that even if it's a friend, stream sniping never pays off.
I got banned, bro.
In Chapter 2, as the holiday season approached, Fortnite dropped the awesome new emote, Sing Along. Not only was it traversal, meaning you could wander around the map singing Christmas carols, it was synced, letting huge groups of players come together to spread the holiday cheer. But after a short stint in the item shop over the holidays, it vanished and has never been seen again. Now, over 1,442 days later, its return is still a mystery, and it remains one of the rarest holiday emotes in Fortnite history. Pointer and Power Grip were exclusive to players in China, but in 2021, Fortnite China was totally banned, and everybody's accounts were deleted, meaning technically nobody has them. You can't get rarer than that. In Chapter 2, Season 5, Fortnite collaborated with God of War to bring the Oathbreaker set to the item shop, featuring some amazing cosmetics, like the Leviathan axe, and even Kratos himself. Fans of the game were hyped, but after its first stint in the item shop, it just never returned. Now it's been over 1,419 days since it was last in the shop, and who knows if it's ever coming back. Now we have the Crane Kick, a classic emote that arrived in Chapter 3 Season 1 alongside the Cobra Kai crossover. It instantly became a fan favorite thanks to its iconic martial arts pose, but what players didn't realize that it would also become super rare. After just a handful of item shop appearances, it vanished, and it hasn't been seen in over 989 days. At this point, there's a real chance the Crane Kick might never return, making it one of the most exclusive emotes in Fortnite history. In Chapter 2, Season 4, Fortnite introduced crew packs, which contain some awesome cosmetics, including the Cosmic Llamacorn pickaxe. But the crew pack was a monthly subscription, which wasn't ideal for a lot of players, making this pickaxe pretty rare. Now we have Skellyfish. This pickaxe was only available as part of the Fortnite crew subscription in Chapter 2, Season 6, and it hasn't been seen since. Emotes just not coming back to the item shop is always a recipe for rarity, and Out With The Old is no exception. It was released in Chapter 2, Season 5 to celebrate the new year in 2021. It was in the item shop for 4 days in the run-up, but since then, it hasn't been back to the item shop even once. It's probably pretty safe to assume at this point, it's never going to come back, making it one of the rarest emotes in the game. game. Our next pickaxe was only available during Chapter 2, Season 2, and it's never been back at the item shop since. So if you like the look of it, tough luck. It was a great deal too. As part of the Iris pack, Pop Axe came with an awesome skin and backbling. In the early days of Fortnite, something so powerful was released onto the island, it would change the game forever. That is, if it was in the game for more than a few minutes. The Zapatron wasn't meant to be added. When Fortnite spotted their mistake, it was quickly removed, but it was insanely powerful. So when UFN launched and people found out a way to get it, players were hyped and couldn't wait to test out its capabilities. But it turned out even the Zapatron is no match for Klombo. In Season 9, Symphony discovered an insane glitch and couldn't wait to show Dakotas. If you wore the Waypoint skin, you could go completely invisible. Well, except for your head.
What? Your back blink's like all the way in the floor.
It was hilarious. And while it didn't work out for Symphony,
I'm dead.
Dakotas had much better luck, even managing to pickaxe the last player for the win. But while it made for some great clips, Fortnite quickly realized the issue and disabled the skin, leaving Waypoint fans feeling totally ripped off that they couldn't use their favorite skin anymore. Believe it or not, this wasn't the only time Fortnite's messed up with invisibility glitches. In Chapter 3 Season 1, if you wore one of the Slurp Legend skins and then used the Shadow Bomb, when the effect wore off, you became a floating head. And it stayed like this for the rest of the game. But somehow, the Neymar Jr. skin took this to a whole new level. On release, if you wore the skin and used the built-in shh emote, you could go almost completely invisible. I guess Fortnite meant to give that power to the John Cena skin instead.
He can't see me.
For Chapter 2 Season 7, Fortnite went all out with an epic alien theme. There were railguns, plasma cannons,
Whoa!
and even flyable UFOs that let you pick up all kinds of stuff, from other players to cars to shipping crates. But there's one thing that topped it all. Near the start of each game, there were alien abductions happening at certain spots on the map. And if you got abducted, you got taken up to the mothership to play a crazy minigame where you could score a ton of awesome loot.
There's loot everywhere!
But this is where Lachlan found a crazy glitch you won't believe. He didn't want to get banned, so he didn't reveal exactly how to do it, but he was somehow knocked on the mothership, and it looked like he was full-on hacking. But this was just the start. Eventually, the minigame ended, and he got sent back down to the island.
Bro, I'm legit hacking. Look at everything around me. I got the box. We didn't mean to do this. This just happened.
Now, all he had to do was get eliminated and rebooted, and he finally activated the mega glitch.
Oh, I got the jetpack.
He had the alien jetpack for the minigame on the Battle Royale island. This was supposed to be totally impossible, but Lachlan was only just getting started. He hit his screen once again, and when he came back, he had the alien knock gun launcher in his inventory. This was ridiculous, and there's only one thing for it. He started trolling everyone in sight, and even though it did no damage, that wasn't stopping Lachlan from trying to get an elimination with it.
I was trying to get into a build fight with him. Get into a build fight.
Yeah, you're lucky. Perfect.
Yeah.
Specimen.
There we go. Yes. Yes.
But he wasn't done yet, and somehow he managed to pick up the victory royale.